That sure was a fucking season.
That sure was an ending.
Yeah.
That ending was not very groovy.
No, it really wasn't.
I mean, how the hell were they supposed to finish up on that? Like, how?
They weren't! The whole point is that Season 3 was never meant to be the last season. It was supposed to go on for 5 seasons after... There were supposed to be 2 more seasons after this point. And it's not like they changed the ending for a series finale. No, this was just what they had planned as the season finale, and season 4 would have been like Mad Max.
I mean, to be fair, they would not have been able to follow up on the hype. Like, it's probably good. Also, how the fuck are you supposed to follow up on that?
Like Mad Max!
I mean, I'm glad they referenced the original ending to Army of Darkness. That was cool. So now that's canon.
Anyways, we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves here. We should probably talk about the actual season before we talk about that.
1 second.
Oh, my microphone's peaking. I'm going to turn my microphone down. Sorry about that, Chip.
Okay, so we start the first episode with Ash opening his sex toy and hardware emporium.
Hardware store and sex emporium.
Yes.
I love the video so much.
It's so good.
I love that he slashing prices.
I love that he paid so much money to get that. Basically, played every other ad as well for the Elf Grove.
I love it. It is perfect.
My favorite part of the entire ad was just like, "You're gonna love these nuts."
And bolts. Okay. So
I've got one.
Also, seeing the paint the paint can shaker in the advert made me know that it was going to be an integral part of a big epic battle.
I mean, it was.
That was too cool of a prop. There was no way they wouldn't make use of that.
Also, what a great way to honor Ash's dad. Like I said, that was his store.
Yeah, he just paints over Brock or like whatever.
Brock William Hardware, I think, or whatever.
No, it's not even that. He literally just like hangs a sign in front of the old sign.
It's not even like a sign. It's like a part of the fucking door as well.
No, it's just like a fucking flag with Ash written on it or something like that.
Yeah, I think he put it over like Brock or whatever.
Yeah.
You can just paint it be Williams Hardware Store, whatever. So then we go to this woman who found the Necronomicon somehow. I don't know how. And
I like this with like the finding the Necronomicon on the TV and everything, because it's like I feel like it's almost a reference to Fistful of Boomstick.
Oh,
what do you mean?
Well, I'm pretty sure it's Fistful of Boomstick. Don't you remember how that game started?
Is that the one set in the city?
Ash is watching TV, and somebody starts reciting passages from the Necronomicon, and it's like, oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the one set in the city, isn't it, with Ted Raimi?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's either that one or Regeneration, but I think it's Fistful of Boomstick.
Isn't Fistful of Boomstick like the best Evil Dead game?
I watched a video on the Evil Dead games the other day. I'm pretty sure Regeneration is the best one.
Oh.
I don't know, I never played Regeneration, but Fistful of Boomstick is the best one I've played.
You also played the shitty remake of Evil Dead 1.
I did, yeah. I played Fistful of Boomstick and Hail to the King.
Oh god, I saw the... Hail to the King looks like fucking garbage.
Liam, you could stream Hail to the King in one stream.
Hell no.
It's only like an hour long, which is very bad.
Yeah, it's just a shameless Resident Evil as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
that Army of Darkness iPhone tower defense game, by the way.
Okay, one more thing before we move on.
There is... Okay.
Sorry.
There is a new Evil Dead game coming out on the next gen
Yes.
consoles.
Which may be
Confirmed by Bruce
a
Campbell,
sequel
who
to
says that he
Ash's
is
Dead.
doing the voices. Yeah.
Well,
which may be a
nobody
sequel.
ever said. I was the only one who said that. I said that, like.
I said might.
Well, no, that. But nobody's ever said that. I was just saying in the chat the other day, it's like, they could do that. They could take a Ghostbusters or fucking Incredibles route and just continue the series as a game.
Can I get a...
I mean, the Ghostbusters game is actually pretty damn good. It's
I
actually
wanted
pretty
him to
great.
stream it, but he got Medieval instead. And I think he regrets that.
No, I don't.
Oh. Well, before you did, when you didn't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, because I didn't know that the game was, like, completely fucking structureless.
Yeah. Anyway, so...
Welcome to the gold age of PS1, baby.
So the woman takes the Necronomicon to, I think, an auction or whatever, like a TV auction.
No,
and
there's like a there's like an auction, but for some reason it's like headed by this scientist who's like an expert
who knows
in
about
languages.
Who knows what the Necronomicon Ex Mortis is?
Yeah.
And for some reason, the woman starts to read it. Is it him or the woman?
No. Here's the guy knows how to read
it.
Sumerian, and for some reason he didn't know that it was the Necronomicon until he read an entire passage.
Yeah.
He could just read it in his head. You don't need to read it out loud.
Yeah, that's the point. What happens if you read it in your head? Does it still happen?
I don't think so. I think it needs to be spoken out loud. I think that's how magic works. At least in this universe.
That's how magic works.
I mean, that's how... I mean, you don't see a wizard reading the fucking spell in his head and it happening. Right?
I mean, sometimes you do.
True. But not in most things. It's like, at least for dramatic effect, it has to be the guy reading it for it to happen. Because you don't want that guy sitting there for like 5 minutes reading the damn thing and then nothing happening. That doesn't make exciting television.
Moving on.
Yeah, so the gates of hell basically open up on the TV, and everyone is stunned while Ash is talking about a hose, I think.
Yeah, he's just trying to fucking get in the pants of some woman at the register.
He doesn't even notice, and then the TV goes off. He's like, "Oh, god damn it, my ad was gonna play next."
Yeah, so at that point we just cut back.
Times.
At that point, we just cut back to the barn where this fucking shit was happening.
Guy is somehow still alive.
Only the fucking auctioneer is still alive, and I guess Ruby was just in town.
I mean, I don't think she would leave Ash out of her sight.
Well, we don't even know where this is. I highly doubt that this is actually anywhere near Elk Grove.
I mean, the cabin is probably close to Elk Grove. If, Ash and his friends knew about it. It couldn't be on the other side of fucking Michigan.
Well, to be fair, I know about Tokyo Tower, but I've been nowhere near Tokyo.
Yeah, but Tokyo Tower is a landmark. The cabin is in the middle of the woods. And
are you saying the cabin is not a landmark?
It's not like fucking Tokyo Tower, where it's like a national thing. I think you can see the Tokyo Tower from fucking space. But like,
no.
Whatever.
But yeah,
I'm stupid. So Candace kills the guy, or fucking Ruby kills the guy.
Is Candace?
Shut up.
What the fuck is a Candace? What?
Fuck you.
What are you on about?
I will fucking stab you. So, Ruby kills the guy, takes the book, and, Ash vs. Evil Dead opening happens.
You've been watching too much Phineas and Ferb.
Haha, very funny. I mean, Candace is the name of one of the characters in this episode.
Wait, really?
Ash's wife.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ash's wife, Candace.
Well, they never call her Candace.
No, he says Candace Bar, and he realizes, oh yeah, Candy Bar.
Oh yeah. I guess she's such an irrelevant character that
Yeah, she dies in
nobody
this episode.
fucking remembers her name, her actual name.
I only know it because I'm looking at the wiki. Anyway, so we go to Elk Grove High School. Is that what happens next?
Yeah.
Yeah, we go to
the
Elk Grove High
evil
School.
is coming to Elk Grove High School, and there's two girls who are cleaning up graffiti.
Which they drew.
Yeah, they've drawn massive dicks all over the lockers.
As you do
And
in
she
high school.
specifically says that, like, one of these was her best stick yet. So.
Yeah, Brandy and her friend, I don't remember her, Rachel.
Deadie
You'll know that
McDead.
character number 572 that will become a Deadite very soon. There you go.
Spoilers! Anyway, so, as they're cleaning up, a bunch of dickheads roll by, along with Coogie, the mascot.
Yes, Coogie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's actually the thumbnail for Ash vs. Evil Dead on Netflix. The scene with Coogie in the fucking hallway.
Yeah.
But,
And then blood starts pouring from his face.
yeah, then the lights turn out. They're really freaked out. Coogie shows up. And, like you said, blood flows out like it's the fucking Shining. And we go back to Ash doing menial shit in the in his hardware store.
We also see that
Pop-
Pablo has finally opened his...
A fish and chip shop.
Fish and chip and computer
Yes.
repair shop.
Yeah, literally fish and chips.
Fish and chips.
I'm glad that Pablo's trying to do something, you know. I forgot what Kelly does. Or no,
Kelly went off.
She's fucking hanging. She's hanging around with the knight.
Yeah, the Knights of...
Samaria.
Yeah,
The
Samaria.
descendants of those the descendants of the guys from Army of Darkness.
For some reason, when I always have to think when I mention the Knights of Samaria, because the first thing that comes to my head is the Knights of Ren, and then it goes to the Knights of Kandar. But no, it's the Knights of Samaria. I don't know why it takes me so long to think of that.
The Knights of Ren, the most irrelevant Star Wars characters. The Knights of Ren are the most irrelevant Star Wars characters. But for 2 seconds in The Force Awakens and never show up again.
Which begs the question even more of why is that the first thing to come to my head when I think of the Knights of Samaria?
Because Knights of Ren sound better.
I feel like the Knights of Kandar would have been better than as a name, because if they are the descendants of the people from Army of Darkness, they're not from Samaria. None of the happenings in Army of Darkness were in Samaria. And in fact, the epicenter of Army of Darkness was Castle Kandar.
Which was in Jerusalem.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Knights of Kandar definitely would have been better, but I feel like the only reason they didn't call them the Knights of Kandar was because they didn't want to create confusion with Kandar the Destroyer.
Yeah.
I also thought that they chose Knights of Samaria because they just named themselves that because they were dedicated to, stopping the Sumerian demons from coming out.
Anyways, that's a thing.
Yeah, so as Ash is doing whatever the fuck he's doing, he gets accosted by a woman he does not know before she bluntly says, "I'm your fucking wife."
Yeah.
And apparently Ash got married.
Here's the thing about Season 3. I started watching Season 3 right after I got done with Season 2. By the time I got done with Episode 2, I had to stop until just 2 days ago, because I just couldn't handle all the shit that these first few episodes were throwing my way.
I mean, it's still a little better than Season 2, where the first 4 episodes were one giant episode.
Yeah, but I think it's basically the same thing, because it's just bombshell after bombshell, rapid fire.
I think they just... I think, well, they also, obviously did that to Ash to progress his character to make him actually more responsible. And less the the 19-year-old dickwad he was in the fucking Army of Dark or Evil Dead 1. Yeah, Ash.
With his
Literally
fucking
making
bowl
less than
cut.
Ash. Yeah. He's bowl cut and has no acting skills. So we cut to a flashback where apparently Ash got married to this woman he met in Elk Grove, named
Banged her
Candy
in a
Bar,
car with a fucking porn star mustache.
several times.
Oh yeah,
That had better be a costume for Ash in in the new game. I swear to God.
Also, I'm pretty sure they even had sex as they got married. But yeah, it takes Ash a good while to realize, oh yeah, I know you. Because, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, that brings up
But I love.
sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go on.
No, I was just going to say, this brings up a bit of a plot hole, because how the hell would he have met Candy if he was already with Linda? And by the time he went back to Elk Grove, everyone hated him, so he had to leave. That doesn't make sense.
I mean,
I don't
it's
know,
not
but,
exactly clear when this happened. Or where.
True. That's just weird.
But I love the most disgusting joke, but also the best joke, was when he finds out that obviously he's got a daughter. So we find out after a discussion with Candy Bar. And I just love that he's like, that's impossible. I used my lucky rubber. This baby went 50-0.
Oh.
That is the most disgusting thing I have ever heard. He's just got a reusable rubber.
Just cleans it out.
So gross. 50-0. It's the Floyd Mayweather of fucking condoms.
Fucking Ash's luck. That rubber is to Ash what a pocket pussy is to most normal people.
Shut up, William. You're not. Except you don't.
And like that, we're demonetized. Congratulations. Only took 10 minutes this time.
I hate you, William.
By the way, y'all fucking went on last week about how like there was no way the last episode was gonna stay It's still monetized. After all we talked about, there are no restrictions on it.
I'm also pretty sure Heil Honey I'm Home is also monetized.
Yeah, talking about Heil Honey I'm Home and fucking sexy M&Ms and shit. Perfectly fine for ads.
Also, real quick before we move on, apparently in Heil Honey I'm Home, they mentioned Joseph Stalin, Heinrich Himmler, fucking Neville Chamberlain, and Hermann Göring.
Also, shout-outs to Chip's amazing art for that thumbnail, by the way, of Tommy Wiseau Ball Eminem.
Yes.
Yes. Also, can the title for this episode, if we don't come up with anything better, be the Floyd Mayweather of condoms?
Oh yeah, by the way,
baby,
bit late, but forgot it in the intro somehow. Yes, happy Halloween, everyone.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Spooky month.
Because it is absolutely Halloween when we're recording this.
We are watching this on the spooky day.
It's definitely not October 25th.
No, why would you even say that? That's just.
This is a live recording. Listen
All
to the
the
live
editing
studio audience.
Like
Listen to the live studio audience. Chip, put a live studio audience canned laughter in here.
Now put in the Seinfeld bass line and end the episode.
No, that's how we actually end the episode. just say it's a live. Just say it's a live episode. Just say this is a live episode of fucking Groovy Friends, but it's pre-recorded.
Where the hell were we?
Candace, Pablo, and fucking Ash were on their way to Elk Grove High School.
Yeah, so we find out that Ash has left all over town, or at least all over the high school. He has just left like 30-year-old splits everywhere.
Yeah. They're covered in dust.
Oh yeah. And there are fucking loads of Like, kids just keep finding them all
Also,
the
I think
time.
this is also. I think before this, Ash finds out that she has a daughter.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I just said.
Yeah.
We didn't say that.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Whatever. I'm stupid. Just move on.
Yeah, you are.
Fuck you piece of shit. So we go back to Brandy and Rachel as they're being hunted by Kooky as they hide in the music in the music room, and eventually, Ash and Co stumble upon them, and Ash doesn't actually realize which one is Brandy, which I find it kind of funny. And then I think after this scene, Rachel becomes a Deadite.
No, she's just there at the.
Yes,
they're
Deadite,
just
and
talking.
then
She's just talking with. Ash is talking with her and her mother, and then she just they just turn around and see
piano.
ominous piano playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this scene, by the way, with all the music instruments. Great.
Yeah. Especially the way Candace dies. Oh boy, that's brutal.
Yeah, that's probably one of the more graphic deaths in the entire series.
That is literally
The
something out of
symbol
fucking
getting
Braindead.
thrown at her.
No, that's something out of like Saw.
No, it was a symbol. She just chucked a fucking symbol at her and killed her. Anyway, so yeah, we get into the fight. Candy dies by getting a fucking symbol thrown at her. Where I think it cuts her head off and the tips of her fingers as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Ash kills Rachel by, I think, like pinning her down with a harp on her face and stomping on it until it cuts her face in half.
Oh, yes.
Not in half.
Not in
into,
half,
like,
into
ribbons.
slices.
Yeah, and it just falls apart. No, she screams out for Brandy to help her, and then she dies.
Yeah.
Which probably traumatized Ash's daughter even more.
That's going to be a running theme for this until she basically becomes Ash 2.0.
She becomes the main character from the remake, basically.
Which I really hope is a thing in Evil Dead Rise. Like, that would be really cool if it was just Brandy instead of,
Yeah.
What's her
But
face?
I don't think it's going to be that way because of just from the comments that have been made about how they're treating Evil Dead Rise. I'm pretty sure it's going to be in the continuity of the 2013 one.
I mean, the 2013 one is in the continuity of the originals, and
it is, but it's not the same thing. It's not. It's a straight horror movie, and I don't think they're going to try and take the I don't think they're going to be taking the characters from the black comedy and putting them into the. They're not going to be mixing that,
I do like how they actually tried to make Evil Dead scary again. I like that, and it doesn't take away from anything that we have. It's not like they just straight up. It's not like they made a new version of Ash.
It kind of does take away from what we have, just because, like, this is all there is now, and Bruce Campbell is retired.
I mean, how fucking old is Bruce Campbell now?
140.
I mean, let's be honest, it hasn't stopped Harrison Ford.
Yeah, that's because he keeps getting paid. Yeah, Bruce Campbell's 62 years old. He still looks pretty good for his age, honestly.
Yeah.
But
that's not. To be honest, that's not super old. Like,
no.
I think he just wants to just live peacefully in like Washington or whatever where he lives.
He just wants to have a quiet life.
He wants to live the life of like Elvis.
He wants to live in his trailer. He wants to live in his trailer with his fucking pet lizard.
He wants to take He wants to take a break and play some more Bubba Hotep.
We need to do Bubba Hotep.
Fair enough, right? If he's quitting Ash to do more Bubba Hotep, I'm completely fine with that.
We genuinely need to review Bubba Hotep. It's so fucking funny.
I do think though that it would be a good idea to continue the series in games like they did with Ghostbusters, because it's it's very easy to make. It's a lot easier to do voice acting than it is to do actual proper acting at Bruce Campbell's age.
Well, you do
and
need
Bruce
to
Campbell
convey,
has
sorry.
Bruce Campbell has always voice acted Ash in whatever media he's been in. It's like he absolutely does. He's the kind of actor that does not want anyone else playing it, no matter
like
how
Harrison
little
Ford.
he gets paid for it. It's like there are a lot of well, not even really, because there are a ton of Star Wars games. None of them have Harrison Ford in them, as far as I know.
No, I mean in live action.
Right. But my point is,
yeah, Bruce Campbell still plays Ash in the game.
Yeah. Bruce Campbell treats his appearance...
Like,
Bruce Campbell treats...
Peter Cullen before the new Transformers
I was talking.
Sorry. I'll shut up.
Bruce Campbell treats video game adaptations like Harrison Ford treats himself in, like, live action. He doesn't want anyone else playing the character, no matter how little he gets paid for it, and I respect that. That's why I think, as a video game, it would be a lot easier to continue the series. Especially since it's been cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why did they?
Not to mention that the ending of Season 3 lends itself to video game adaptation a lot more
than
anything else they could have done. Yeah, they could... Think of it. Fucking... Twisted Metal Evil Dead.
Yeah.
That's basically what Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3 sets itself up for as a video game.
Yeah, the reason, we'll get into this by the end, but on the wiki it does say reasons for cancellation. So we'll just go into that later. So yeah, I think Ash is either pulled through the fucking, classroom window, or he just goes outside and sees Koogie or whatever, I don't remember exactly. But he gets to the fight with Koogie, who's been turned into a horrible Deadite. I love that, he even says, "No, Koogie, not you."
Yeah, they got you too.
We completely glossed over the fact when they first got into the school. He's looking around in the trophy case and finds a doobie that he just had stashed there since the 80s. That. We did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He even says, "This is where I met my first Linda."
Yes, he does.
I love all the references in this season. I think my favorite one is the one about his indestructible blue shirt.
Oh yeah, but the fact it can't be damaged by anything.
Yeah.
He must have a shit ton of bleach in his fucking trailer, honestly.
Probably. I mean, the amount of Deadites you can kill, you can only bury so many before it becomes, a bit of a nuisance.
He just has a bathtub he just has a bathtub full of hydrochloric acid.
Yeah.
So he treats his life like, fucking,
Heisenberg.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Like Heisenberg. But, anyway, so he kills Koogie by, I think he cuts his head off or something?
I don't actually remember how he's killed.
It doesn't say anything about... It doesn't,
You should be looking at the Evil Dead wiki instead of Wikipedia.
Kelly and the Knight turn up and rescue them from Koogie.
Yeah. Well, it didn't say anything about how Koogie died in this.
Yeah.
In the synopsis of the episode.
They fire a canister into
Koogie's
mouth, and then they shoot the canister and it explodes.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Even the Mythbusters prove that would just smash around there and probably knock Ash out.
It's Evil Dead. You show any scene from this series to the Mythbusters, and they will run away screaming.
Can you cut someone's head off with symbols? I don't know, you probably could. But, so, Kelly introduces...
From experience, yes, you can.
So Kelly introduces Dalton as one of the Knights of Samaria, and he basically has a nerdgasm when he sees Ash.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's really funny how they react when they see Ash. Even though he's this fucking moron, they treat him with great respect, because he's apparently the savior of the universe.
I mean, it's been fucking, what, it's been like fucking, what, 3,000 years? 300 or 400 years, probably? Since they've ever heard. Yeah. And he was relatively competent for the most part during Army of Darkness, which only took place for over the course of, what?
A few days.
A couple weeks at most?
Yeah. But,
And other than that, the only reference they had to go on, other than word of mouth, was what was written in the Necronomicon.
Yeah. About the Hefe.
Yeah.
So, Ruby, does some... I think we cut to Ruby doing some weird shit with the Necronomicon.
What else is new?
Ruby starts,
She has a bun in the oven.
well, no, she creates that bun in the oven by doing some voodoo shit with the Necronomicon and Ash's page specifically.
Ooh, I wonder what that
she
will be.
cuts herself and covers him with the blood, and then eats the blood, and it's foul.
Yeah.
She does blood magic.
She does.
Literal blood magic. But, and that's, I believe, where the episode ends.
It is, from what I remember.
And we cut to the next episode where Ruby, is trying to drive, to home. But she crashes from the immense pain of whatever the fuck is in her stomach. And, let's see.
I wonder what that could be.
It's definitely not a little Ash.
Yeah,
I love that part,
we're
though.
fucking bad Ash, 3, 4 now?
Yeah, 4, because remember when he stepped on the nail in season 2? That was supposed to be another evil Ash, apparently.
Christ.
But he killed it. But he killed it before it could turn into it.
Fuck you, Ash.
I love that. But yeah. So she crashes, and a pair of Norwegian hitchhikers, I think, find her.
Yeah,
some
that's
reason,
definitely
Norwegian
Scandinavia.
Yeah, well, at least the woman is. I don't know about the guy. I think he's American, but who cares? I think they're going to, like, a concert or something. The guy picks up the baby, and he's like, "Oh, it's okay. It's okay." And then the fucking baby rips his goddamn throat out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then fucking Ruby walks out with, like, half of her fucking torso missing.
Yeah, because it busted out of her.
Fucking chest burster, baby.
Yeah, I think she mercy kills the guy.
She also bites through the umbilical cord, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, did you just say fucking Ruby mercy killed somebody? That is absolutely not what happened.
Whatever, dude. I don't fucking care. It doesn't say anything.
Ruby does not know the meaning of the word mercy.
Shut your face hole. But
after you've scrubbed all the floors in Hyrule, then we can talk about mercy. Take him away.
I hate you, piece of shit. But she then kidnaps the very large Norwegian woman to basically take care of the baby.
She's big.
Yeah. Yeah. She. And then we cut back to.
No, that's the end of that. I think that's the end of episode 1, isn't it?
No, that's the start of episode 2.
I thought that was the end of an episode. Okay.
We go to Brandy and Ash at home, where I think Brandy is, like, freaked out at Cheryl's room.
Yeah, because she's just made to stay in Cheryl's room, disregarding the fact that, like, wasn't there some like during the fight with Cheryl, the Deadite Cheryl, wasn't, like, Chet killed or injured or something in that area?
No, that was he was killed in the kitchen.
Okay.
I also love how the fact they in this season they make fun of how the Ash was so cheap during the burial of Chet and his dad.
Oh yeah, that's where this episode. Well, this isn't the episode where we start off with the ghost, because I have
that's
that
like
in
one
my
of the
notes.
last episodes, I think.
No, the ghost of Ash's dad. That's episode 4.
Yeah, where a lot of stuff is revealed that he tried to say in season 2, but was too slow to say anything.
Yeah, this is the episode where we find out that Ruby is Brandy's guidance counselor.
And best friend.
Yeah.
And that's where I stopped when I first started watching the series, because it was just like, okay, there's a lot of shit happening right now. I can't
take a
handle
breather.
this.
I need to take a breather.
I want to say, though, that was like, this is just the fucking beginning. But this is probably this season has both the most genuinely good moments, but
and
also it is the single most consistently uncomfortable to watch piece of television I have ever seen.
I think that's kind of the point.
Like, there isn't a single episode in this season that goes by where I was just like, I'm not sure if I feel comfortable watching this. This is very cringy.
Hey, Liam.
Hmm?
Sperm Bank.
That wasn't nearly as bad as you were making it out to be.
I never said it was that bad.
That was just stupid standard Evil Dead fun. The fucking morgue scene was worse.
I love when the hand is crawling across the floor. Oh god. But
Deadites, how do they even work?
Also, in the episode that we're on, while all this is going on about, because Ruby's whole thing is obviously she's trying to
Pablo is getting
get
hallucinations of a topless ghost.
Yeah, and Pablo is getting naked visions.
Yeah, and apparently it's saying something about him becoming the next Brujo or something.
Yeah.
El Brujo Especial, I think.
Yeah, but he's not a Brujo Especial yet.
Yeah. And then Pablo freaks out at seeing the Sumerian writing on Ash's body.
No,
and I think...
there is no it's Dalton. Dalton is freaking out over the Sumerian.
That's what I meant, sorry.
On Pablo's body. Yeah.
And Ash goes to the local sperm bank because he was told by, I think, one of the Deadites that they were going to kill, by, I think, the Rachel Deadite, that they were going to kill his seed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your seed must die!
Yeah. And he goes there, and apparently Brock was a very big donator, but apparently had syphilis, I think? So they had to dump all of it. That.
He also tempts them to let him find out if he has any heirs through this
coupons
bank.
For his store.
By giving them a coupon for his store.
I love that.
At first I was like, wait, why would you want hardware? Why would you want tools? And I'm like, oh, right. Yeah, that's the entire reason they made that joke. This was the entire reason they made it. Okay. I'm Bab. Don't judge me. Yeah, Ash goes in to donate to the sperm bank.
As you do. I don't know what else you'd be doing there.
True. No, after looking through the files, I think, actually. Or at least one of the files.
Was looking through the magazines that they put on the table. And it was, No. He originally just went there to find out if there were any other little baby Ashes running around. And then he saw the magazines on the table and he's like, you know what? I think I'll make a donation today.
And he looks through a booby mag and I think starts to, you know what? And then the doctor becomes a Deadite. And kills her assistant. By, I don't remember how exactly she dies, but I love this part where the fucking magazine starts talking to Ash.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a really well done scene, because when you first start looking at it, it's like it's set up to be like Ash's imagination. But it's not.
It's actually alive.
No,
and I think Ash is definitely stupid enough to have seen this happening just as we are and thought, yeah, this is just my imagination.
Probably.
What's the song that plays as well while all this is going down? Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
I love that song. It's so good. It fits so fucking well. But then one of the funniest fucking scenes in the entire series happens, the fight in the sperm bank.
I love
Yes.
when the fucking doctor like picks up the fucking samples and then just starts squeezing them out like fucking rocket launchers.
Yeah, a bunch of sperm gets across the floor, and it's very slippery and sticky at the same time. Again, like I said, I love when the fucking magazine's dragging its way across the floor. But yeah, Ash fucks up the doctor by slamming her head in, I think, liquid nitrogen or something.
Yeah.
And fucking
And
Jason
then he just
X's
like shatters her face with the butt of the tank.
She wasn't even frozen fully.
No.
Which I think it's also a bit of a reference to Jason X.
Case in point about anything being even remotely possible, by the way.
No, I'm just saying that she wasn't even fully frozen when she died.
Yeah.
But it's also a bit of a reference to Jason X, where he fucking slams the girl's face in the liquid nitrogen.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we already discussed, didn't we, that the creator of Jason, said, canonically, Jason's a Deadite.
Yeah. There was also, I actually recently found out there was a comic, as well, because there's always a fucking comic. Freddy versus Jason versus Ash.
That apparently wasn't very good because the creators of Evil Dead weren't really happy that they couldn't really control what happened in the comic fully. So they were like, well, what the fuck is the point?
That's a shame.
Yeah, they can only control the Ash parts, which were apparently the comic got canceled before it finished, so rip.
Oh, is there something like that? So was there something in their clause like they couldn't have Ash kill either Freddy or Jason?
Yeah, so what the fuck is the point?
Well, that's what I was asking. Is that what the problem was?
I think so, and also just they couldn't have, again, complete creative control of what happened in the story. They only had, again, control of portions of it, and they had to basically merge all these stories together.
Oh yeah, speaking of, we should just take a little aside here, because I don't think we talked about the originally planned ending for Season 2 in the last episode, did we?
There was an original ending?
I didn't know there was a different ending.
There was an ending that was... The ending that they threw together for Season 2 was not what was originally planned. The original creator for the ending actually quit, and they had to write something up from the ground up really fast. That's why it felt kind of rushed. The original
the entire
ending,
second season was rushed.
The original ending for Season 2 was supposed to be Ash... They're in the cabin, and they encounter young Ash coming in to read the book. And old Ash and young Ash have to work together in a way to do something or other to... I forget the exact idea of it, but it's basically a scene with old Ash and young Ash having to cooperate on something or other.
That's awesome. I love that. I wish that was
the thing. And the ending of the series, which was built up to with certain things... The ending of the season, rather, which was built up to by certain, certain things throughout the season, was like Ash would be going to a bar to try and figure out why, just fucking moping about things not really changing, and he encounters this really nice-looking woman, and he has sex with her. We find out later that this woman was actually Kelly's mom in the past, and Ash now retroactively becomes Kelly's father.
Huh.
That probably
and that was built up to throughout the season with, Ash saying things like, you're like the daughter I never had.
That makes a lot of sense.
But apparently some of the directors didn't agree with this, and the guy just quit.
Yeah,
and they had to write a whole new ending.
And that, I think we did talk about at least that part last time. But I'm pretty sure they just took that ending and kind of retrofitted it for Season 3. With the fact that Ash, has a kid now.
Yeah. Because Season 3 was... From that ending, Season 3 probably would have followed that dynamic of Ash now being Kelly's father.
Yeah. And it being Evil Dead time, that literally means nothing for the timeline. Literally nothing.
And it was just... The whole ending for Season 2 had to be written really fast because of that change of direction, and it's...
Yeah, they had to
It's pretty well become like a causal loop where the way that I think they explained it with the timeline and everything was it's like a causal loop where, you know, everything is always going to happen the same way no matter what you do.
That's why he can be the destined Jefe.
Yeah.
El Jefe.
Anyways, back to season 3. I just wanted to go off on that because that was a thing I only just found out about like the other day.
Anyway, so after Ash kills the doctor and throws the magazine into a filing cabinet. No, I think she says, I didn't finish first. And
tries to rip his balls off.
Yeah, I think she even says, I'm going to rip your balls off, Ash. But,
yeah, I like. Can I say I like after this scene, after he gets his ball grabbed, that every time we see him about to battle, he always puts like a cricket box in, like or like a baseball box. I'm sure you guys know what I'm on about. Like
a cup.
A cup. Yeah, we call them boxes. But yeah, I like how he just always has one of them now because he's just sick of taking hits for the dick.
Yeah, because he realizes that actually hurts.
It's great.
Yeah, he throws. I think the hand even says, I didn't finish first," and Ash is like, he's something about like, I don't remember exactly what it says, but it's obviously a sex joke.
Obviously.
And then Ash realizes Ash, shut up.
Setting up a joke you don't even remember the punchline to.
No, I think she says, I didn't even finish first. And he was like, that's how I like it, baby, or something like that. But yeah. So then Ash realizes, I have to protect my daughter. I actually have to become responsible. Instead of just being Ash Williams. And that is the end of episode 2. Liam, if you say anything, I'm going to rip your balls off. Liam, I'm going to rip your goddamn balls off if you say anything.
Yeah, you try it, honey.
We're so proud of you.
I feel like this is just bullying.
Dab.
This is bullying.
This is a bully stream now.
That's all. No, that was the Sonic Mania stream. You fucking bullied me.
No, that's going to be the upcoming Shantae stream.
I hope you die, Liam. But yeah. So in episode 3, okay. So in episode 3, it's Candy's wedding, and
what wedding? No, Candy's funeral.
Sorry. Oh god, kill me.
Are you having a bad day?
Possibly. I'm having a brain fart. Sorry. My entire life is a brain fart. But anyway. So it's her funeral, and Brandy doesn't trust Ash in the slightest.
No.
Because she's basically been told by her counselor Ruby that he's a fucking nutjob.
I mean, she's not wrong.
Yeah, he is fucking insane. And let's see. So Ash, after realizing Ruby is Candy's guidance counselor, he says to the group, "Go find the Kandarian dagger."
No. That's not realized until near the end of the episode.
Oh yeah, no.
That she's involved. That she's involved.
No, we don't find Ash doesn't find that out until the end of the episode. What happens at this point is they're at the fucking funeral home. And the funeral director is like, he takes Ash aside, is like, visitation is over here. Well, she can't be in that good a condition, and he tells him that we've lovingly reconstructed her, and that's bad.
That's like,
no. He says, I think you'll find she's been well restored.
Yeah. Well, Liam, I'm reading off the order of events from It's the fucking wiki, so don't judge me.
Well, fucking use the Evil Dead wiki instead of Wikipedia, then.
But Wikipedia never lies, ever.
Anyways, Coffin Fight. That
Yeah.
cup sure helped Dash quite a bit when she shoved her hand up his ass.
Oh. Oh. I'm sure you enjoyed it though.
No, he quite visibly did not.
That's
Yeah, it was
Not
quite
to
clear that he did
we
not enjoy it.
we get a thing later in the season where it's like, for my daughter, I'd submit to a prostate exam.
Yeah.
But yeah, he kills her, but he gets stuck in the coffin. So
And then
Yeah,
the actual funeral happens.
yeah,
I think
so his wheels
season
are in front of everyone.
I think season 3 has my favourite fights.
Yeah. What I question here is why Ash didn't try to get out of the coffin before everyone filed in.
I think
Like,
he was,
it's obviously
got
just
stuck.
for cinematic effect, but it doesn't make a lot of sense because it's not like he was knocked out or anything.
No, I think
I thought
he
he was
stuck.
I
knocked out
thought he
by
was
the.
knocked out.
Yeah, I thought he was knocked out by the lid of the coffin.
Was
Oh
he?
right, yeah,
Yeah.
the coffin
Yeah.
closed and knocked him on the head, and he fell unconscious.
Yeah, no, he does get knocked out.
But then when he tried to get out, he heard everyone outside. He was like, "Well, this is a bad idea, so I'm just gonna stay in here."
Are we not going to mention that this has one of the worst visual jokes so far in terms of it's fucking horrendous?
Sticking her tongue
Before-
through the photo.
Yeah, she stuck her tongue through the photo, which meant that once he climbed out, it looked like he'd been fucking, like, with the bloody stump of his penis through the mouth of the photo.
Oh.
It's wrong.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like. So is it like gross or unfunny?
Both. Well, no, it's not unfunny, it's kind of darkly hilarious, but...
This show does not have unfunny jokes.
How do they allow this to occur? Who... Oh, someone
The
thought
show does
to
not
write
have
that.
unfunny jokes. It's because
No, I
Sam
think
Raimi.
all the jokes land really well.
they're really funny.
They really are.
Unlike Spidey.
Like this kind of
Unlike
a
you.
joke, that like British sense of humor and American sense of humor is very different, and most
Don't
of
the
the time
British like
it
cringe
really
humor?
is. We tend to like edgier stuff, but also sometimes just like really cheesy.
Well, isn't it?
Like
Well, isn't your
dry
humor like
humor?
in your version of The Office, where it's like just you laugh at how awkward and cringy it is?
Yeah, in our version, in our humour, everything is shit, and we revel in people's suffering. In your
Yeah,
humour,
people are terrible.
it's always it's like Ash. It's like fucking Seinfeld. It's like what's it's the guy that always has the witty comeback and
Yeah, like for us, we love dry humor, almost obvious humor, but like Ash versus Evil Dead, or just Evil Dead as a whole, is
for us, it's watching Basil
Like-
Fawlty's life fall apart.
yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, fuck, it's
after
good.
Ash sees Ruby, he tells the group to go find the Kandarian dagger, which is still at the cabin. And
What's
Pablo has
left
another
at the cabin?
Yeah, the roof of the cabin.
The buried ruins of the cabin.
Yes.
Don't forget that in this timeline now, this cabin burned to the ground 30 years ago.
Haha. Well, they get sucked into a hell.
What? I wasn't making a joke.
Well, it was an obvious reference to what happened in real life, so they could actually use the damn actual set from the actual cabin.
I don't think they used the actual set.
Considering the actual set burned down.
Also,
And there are actually remnants of the original set, so...
Also, what the fuck am I saying? The show was filmed in New Zealand.
Exactly.
Oh god, kill me. Anyway, so Pablo has another trip where he sees the woman, and she points to the cabin, and they all return and start digging through the remains. I think Kelly pulls out the fucking head of the deer,
Yeah.
This is like a pile of shit when they're done with it, basically. Where they find the dagger.
Yeah.
We cut back to them after some other scenes, and it's like a full archaeological dig in this bitch.
But, yeah. And
Doesn't Kelly find the dagger at this point?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kelly has the Kandarian dagger.
Spidey.
At this point, doesn't the Kandarian demon come along and, like, chase them?
What the hell is wrong with Spidey? His microphone icon is permanently lit up.
Oh, fantastic. Spidey, did you get eaten by Deadites?
Cut this out, I guess.
Spidey's dead. Spidey's dead. Can't do anything because Spidey's dead.
I hate my fucking internet. It keeps cutting out when I'm trying to say things! What was the last thing I said before you couldn't hear me?
I don't know, but we were just talking about how Kelly now has the Kandarian dagger.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then Dalton was thrown into the tree, dies,
Oh,
comes back as a Deadite.
yes.
Pablo runs him over and kills him.
And then
we go to-
disappears.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then we go
because
to Ruby.
Dalton, or Deadite Dalton, is trying to convince Kelly that, like, oh, Pablo did this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think we don't think we mentioned that up until this point. Dalton's been very, very suspicious of Pablo.
Yeah, he thinks he's a sleeper agent.
Sumerian writing on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we go to Ruby
He's
at
been
the cemetery.
touched by
where she-
evil.
And then we go to the cemetery where Ruby revives Ash's dad. And he goes back to the house, has a shower. And then, as Ash comes home, he sees his dad and Brandy sitting on the couch, either talking or watching movies. Or no, wait, they're watching the ad. They're watching
No,
ads.
they're watching the commercial. Yeah,
Yeah.
the fucking advert.
And making fun of it. And then Ash takes Brock into the kitchen. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing here? I thought you were dead. Like, what the fuck is going on?" Essentially is what he says. And I love that Brock doesn't even give a shit. He's just going through the fucking, I think he's going through the fridge looking for beer or something. And essentially, he says to Ash, "Oh, if you kill me, Brandy's never going to trust you again." But
Meanwhile,
Ash
he's like backhandedly reaching into the fridge, trying to get a can or something to whack him over the head.
yeah,
Yeah.
like a can of peas or something.
But Ash is way too quick for him, because even as a Deadite, he's just an old man, I guess, and he fucking
Well, he does
catches his
ask it by
hand,
70
catches
well, he
his
got his
hand
ass-
midair as he's trying to get Ash on the head with it. Can goes flying out of his hand and hits Brandy in the face just as she's coming
Yes.
into the room.
No, yeah, Brandy also sees Ash murdering his father.
That's after
No, she
this.
doesn't see it. Yeah, she doesn't actually see it.
No, she does.
No, she comes back to Ash putting the chainsaw through him and she gets covered in his blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally
yeah.
says in the wiki, Ash returns and fights with Brock, ending with the latter being killed right in front of Brandy.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, no, she gets knocked out, and then the fight happens. So of
She
course
gets knocked out
she misses
twice.
all the context.
She gets knocked out by the can, and then they're scruffle fucking fighting in the kitchen, and then they walk out of the kitchen just as she's waking up,
Into the living room.
and one of them kicks her in the head and knocks her out again.
Yeah, he kills him in the kitchen. Or not kitchen, the living room.
Yeah. But yeah, Brandy gets knocked out twice throughout this fight.
And she comes to, again, to see Ash murdering his father.
Yeah.
And she freaks out and runs away, I think.
Yeah. She goes to get Ruby.
Yeah, and then...
she goes to school
and
counselor.
I think... And is that when Kelly walks in? He's like, "What the fuck happened?"
No. That's when I forget if this is the beginning of the next episode or this is I'm pretty sure this is where we move on to episode 4, because the opening of that episode picks up right here, where Ash is dismembering the corpse again, and his father's ghost shows up.
Yeah, he basically says, "What the hell happened here?"
Yeah.
And I think he says, "You came back from the dead, so I had to kill you."
Yeah.
Yeah. But then so apparently the soul of the dead person doesn't get destroyed when they get possessed. Huh.
Well, he wasn't possessed. It was just his corpse.
Yeah,
no,
his body's possessed.
Ruby brought back his corpse with like a moth.
Yeah.
She did some dark magic over his grave.
Yeah. But Brock essentially tells Ash, "You gotta go to the hardware store, I need to show you something."
I gotta say, this is probably the strange, this episode is where they start tying up a lot of loose ends, which is why I find it almost fitting that this was the final season, because even though it wasn't supposed to be, they did a lot of things to tie up the previous plot points. So at least they got that out of the way. But I also have to say, this is probably one of the most strangely heartwarming things in any Evil Dead media.
Yeah.
Yes, this is what I wanted from season 2, where Ash actually has a talk with his dad. And isn't a fucking bitch about it.
Yeah.
Because it's clear, at least in this episode, that they love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, that's because Brock knows that Ash isn't a complete psychopath.
He's partially a psychopath. So Ash goes into the store, and Brock shows him the Ghost of Christmas Past.
It really is what this is.
It isn't even it is a reference to that. But he shows him that back in 2012, this insane guy came with a duffel bag full of shit, and was like, "Hey, Ash Williams, where the hell is he?" And he's like, and Brock goes, "What the hell are you talking about?" "Yeah, I know my son. He's dead to me." But the guy keeps pushing it until and then Brock is trying to take shit down to the basement. But then
he brings out the page, the lost pages from the Necro. Stop fucking smoking weed on the channel. This is a drug-free channel.
No, I drank water and it went up my nose.
How does that happen? Ugh.
It happens.
Levi, that's what you get for smoking. There, I said it.
Anyway,
get for smoking.
You are correct.
Water.
Yeah. Yes.
Your brain is whatever. Who cares? But
anyways,
so,
he brings out the fucking lost pages of the Necronomicon and starts talking about that.
And then again, Brock is like, "What the fuck are you on?" And like I said, I think he's trying to take paint cans down to the basement or something.
Yeah.
And then he accidentally fumbles, and the guy falls down. I think the paint cans land on him.
No. The guy gets in his way while he's trying to get to the basement. And
he pushes him into the basement.
Brock just decks him in the face, and he falls down the stairs and fucking gets knocked out.
And he thinks he died.
Yeah, Brock thinks he's
immediately
dead,
just gets the fuck out of there forever.
He seals the cellar completely, and then fucking nopes out.
He locks the door and puts a tool cabinet in front of it.
Yeah, we're just left to assume that this bastard died, but he didn't. The poor git.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't die. He was still alive because there was a shit ton of fucking food.
That's what I'm saying.
Which begs the question, though, of it has been several years since this happened. You're telling me the guy never went back up the stairs and tried pounding on the door for Brock to let him out?
No, because Brock never came back to the store.
He did?
Yeah, he just left that bitch forever.
Oh yeah, that's right. He abandoned the store. He closed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Ash asked him, "Did you never come back here?" And he went, "No, fuck that. There was a dead guy in the cellar."
Oh.
I
must have missed that part.
I love that when they go back down, Brock's first reaction to seeing that this guy was clearly alive.
Spam.
That asshole ate all my spam.
No, What did he say? It was like emergency spam for a fucking armed uprising.
Yeah. So apparently Brock's plan, if there was ever anything to happen in Elk Grove, was to lock himself in his basement and eat a bunch of spam.
I mean, it's not the worst plan.
Why would you pick spam? That shit is disgusting. That shit is actually disgusting.
It's still fucking sustenance.
Yeah, I feel bad for that guy who had survived for weeks off fucking spam and then died of dehydration. So it turns out that apparently this dude, I think he scrawled on the fucking wall with either paint or his own blood, like shit from the Necronomicon. And Ash found the page, and Ash grabbed the pages off his corpse, which has been turned into a skeleton.
I was seriously expecting him to become a Deadite, but it just never paid off.
That would have been funny.
I actually think it's kind of funnier that, no, he just legit was a guy who got locked in the cellar. He's dead now.
Yeah. I love this part of the episode. It's one of my favorite scenes in the entire series. But yeah, then Brock says that I can't leave the hardware store or the house. So, yeah, I can't do anything. Or no, I think Ash needs help with something. He's like, don't worry, son, I'll help. He's like, the hell do you expect? I'm a ghost.
No, this is after Ash gets attacked by
the wall tentacles.
Yeah,
from the
he tries to pull Ash out, but he can't.
Yeah, you can't pull Ash out because he's a fucking ghost. And then Ash badassery just starts the chainsaw by hooking it on a nail.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so we go to Ruby in her place. I think after feeding her baby. What was feeding the baby, what was left of that dead guy. And also, I think what was left of the old woman who used to live there. Oh, wait, no, I think Ash is thinking about Ruby's guidance counselor, and Brock is like...
Yeah, I don't think there's much left of that woman at that point, because Ruby has been using her identity
for 2 years.
For a lot more than that, I think.
But yeah, Brock is like, she died a few years ago. Or something like that. I don't remember exactly what he said.
Yeah, because he said he went bowling with her years ago.
Yeah, she was like an old lady bound to a fucking, wheelchair, I think.
Well, I don't imagine she would have been old and wheelchair bound when they were bowling, because it's kind of hard to go bowling when you're fucking decrepit, living off oxygen, so...
Well, it's asking people that they can make those kinds of jokes.
Well, no, what I mean is, when we go to the house, you see the pictures of her, and, her progression into being really fucking old. And the last picture is her just in a wheelchair with a fucking oxygen mask. So it's kind of, you can probably assume that it's been at least 5 or 10 years since Brock remembered her.
Yeah.
I do think that the only reason...
old people friends.
I do think that the only reason that they included that she went bowling was so that the bowling balls could fall on him. That was literally it.
Yeah, they just make that joke.
You gotta give them credit for setting up a visual gag with actual, fucking continuity behind it.
But yeah, Ruby finishes feeding her baby, and that traumatized woman is chained to the radiator, I think.
Oh, yeah. She's changed to the sink.
I love Ruby in this scene. The woman's like, what do you want from me? Oh, a thigh, an arm, anything will do.
He's not picky.
Yeah. The baby uses a fucking finger as a pacifier. I love when you see the kid with Foley later in the episode, in the season where it has the little chainsaw arm.
Yes,
Yeah,
it has a
biological chainsaw, by the way.
Like
yeah,
Ash's.
the book's representation of Ash, it doesn't understand what a chainsaw is, so it just creates this thing with an actual
creates a
bone
silhouette.
chainsaw.
It creates a silhouette.
No, it's a functioning chainsaw.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
It's just
but,
made
later,
of flesh and bone.
But later, it's in a very disturbing scene where Ash Campbell calls Ruby mommy. And
Ash
she has to
Campbell?
cut her... Bruce Campbell.
Campbell.
Ash Campbell. Can that please be his name? That's just his name from now on. And where he has to cut his fucking... Bruce Williams. But, where he has to cut his hand off. Or no, his chainsaw arm off. And replace it with a real chainsaw. But, we're gonna get ahead. And then Ruby is contacted by one of her friends from the afterlife. This
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't
sorceress.
fully understand who she was.
She was a sorceress from the night of Sumeria who turned on them to help the Dark Ones.
Right.
Apparently her name is Gaia.
I thought it was Kea.
What? I thought they said Gaia.
Well, it says Kea on the wiki.
Yeah, it's Kea.
I thought it was Kaya, yeah.
You probably just
Because
heard
I
wrong.
remember thinking, like, that's really weird, because Gaia is the fucking goddess of the earth.
Is Earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's also the mother of Zeus. Anyway.
The mother of Zeus.
So, Kea Rune... What?
I'm sorry, never mind.
Did you say I'm the mother of Zeus? What?
Yes.
Why?
What? Don't know.
Alright,
Why?
alright. Chip, put a Zeus M&M on screen. Fuck it.
No.
Just have it there in the
Photoshop
corner for
Zeus
the
from
rest of
God
the
of War
episode.
on- Just Photoshop Zeus's face from God of War 3 onto an M&M.
Levi, make more distasteful M&Ms.
No.
They apparently referenced Zeus in God of War 4. That was neat. When Kratos is in hell. Like literal hell.
I want those COVID-19 M&Ms on my desk by next week, mister.
COVID-19 M&Ms.
Levi,
Oh.
did you buy those jihadi M&Ms?
That was never going to be me. I never said I'd waste my money on those. That was Dylan.
You need to get them out on Halloween. You need to buy them from Amazon and give them out on Halloween night.
Halloween's
You need to
cancelled
do
in
it.
Wales.
Oh, that's lame.
You know what?
You guys suck.
When I was out today to get a haircut, and I saw something really fucking ingenious.
Hmm?
Like, Halloween is semi-canceled
shoot?
here too. But yeah,
A candy shoot?
a candy shoot going down like the banister.
My mom made
one
one.
of the.
It's like
Yeah,
it's a PVC pipe, like fucking zip
Yeah.
tied to the railing.
It's a really good idea.
Yeah, you just tell the kids to basically put their candy bag on the other end. You just put like a few pieces of candy in at a
Yeah.
time. God forbid you're one of those houses that gives out apples. Those places always sucked.
I mean,
Those
to be
first
fair,
ones
one
lame.
year I did painstakingly wrap pieces of cheese on tiny cocktail onions to give out to the children.
Why?
Because I was about 12 and it felt like a really good idea.
It was just.
I want somebody.
I thought you were gonna say I was like fucking 24 and I got bored.
No.
I want somebody to use one of these candy shoots to just like. Somebody comes up to the door. Just fucking. Think of this as like a fucking like. Just fucking VR. Like, put yourself in the shoes of a kid going up to somebody's door. You ring the bell. You put your bag under the chute. And then it's just like. Fucking 10 pounds of wet macaroni and cheese just comes pouring out of the chute.
No, you just push it through the
imagine-
letterbox.
Yeah, it's macaroni and cheese and razor blades.
Oh god.
That's
I
evil.
wasn't gonna go that far.
You're evil.
I was saying actually do that. That's just like the Halloween myth of fucking razor blades and the candy.
I do love the memes of, like, showing what was hidden in the candy wrappers, and it's like a Snickers bar with a pistol obviously jammed in there.
No.
Also,
I saw one where it's like, there's an entire battalion of soldiers in World War II battalion inside the Snickers bar.
Yeah, just open up and there's the invasion of Poland, basically. But I'm just gonna say this about the razor blade thing before we move on.
It was inside my Snickers bar. Oh, it's the attack on
I'm just gonna say this
Stalingrad.
about the poisoned candy / razor blade thing. It only happened once, where this guy gave his kid a poisoned pixie stick, full of rat poison, I think.
Ooh.
And he gave them out to a bunch of kids. Thankfully, and sadly at the same time, his kid was the only one who got hurt. But all the other kids, their parents, they basically, after they heard that story, they threw out all their candy. But the razor blade thing has never happened, reportedly. So that's good.
Yeah.
It's just a way for parents to basically say, oh, I'm going to check your candy. Eats half the candy. Here you go.
It never
Anyway,
happened, and then you told me about this story, and it's complete coincidence that this year will be the only year that it'll happen.
You just hand out like packets of razor blades.
I will have nothing to do with it.
Anyway, let's move on. Let's just stop talking about this. Okay, so where were we?
Macaroni and cheese marinated in toothpaste.
Oh,
We were
have
at
you ever been to one of those houses where they give out like toothbrushes?
Yes.
Toothbrushes?
Why? Why would you do that? Why?
What do you mean they're handing out toothbrushes?
Like if you go to like the place where like the dentist lives or whatever, they give you fucking toothbrushes and shit.
Oh.
It's like, why? What is the point?
It's like the least Halloween-y thing I can think of. Have a toothbrush. Ooh.
Did you
Think
just
about
say
it.
have a toothbrush?
about it.
Uwu?
Think about it. Think about it.
Uwu toothbrush.
If the kids eat a bunch of candy, the dentist gets more money. That's how it works.
Laughs in NHS.
Anyways, where the hell were
laughs
we?
and NHS budget cuts. Anyway, so Kaya tells Ruby that the Dark Ones know what the fuck she's doing and that the prophecy will be fulfilled soon. And she has limited time to finish it.
She also tells them that the Knights of Sumeria have been fucking around with a portal.
Yeah, and she's like, those idiots again? Because apparently the Knights of Sumeria have no idea what the hell they're doing and it's caused more trouble than they're trying to fix.
Pretty much.
So Ruby goes to the cabin, finds Dalton's corpse, resurrects him, and let's see. She resurrects. Dalton tells her that they found the Kandarian dagger and then kills himself. And we go back to. And then we find it. Then we go back. Kelly finds Brandy at the house and basically gives her a pep talk. And oh yeah, and then Pablo is randomly possessed by a demon. After he has another hallucination with the Brujo and the naked woman, where essentially he has to pick the right thing to drink from.
No, that's well after this point. Jeez, dude.
Shut up. Fuck you.
Get a better wiki. Seriously, you're going all over the place.
I'm gonna stab you.
No, do you know what? You're completely right. We're 4 episodes in. We might as well start being professional now.
Liam, I'm gonna stab you in the leg with a pencil. But yeah.
It's
so
me, your powerful vagina.
I love that part. And then Pablo bites her on the fucking, was it the shoulder or the leg or something?
Well, that was before before they got back into the trailer. That was
Yeah,
when they
and
were
then
in the car, and then they run into the trailer and hide.
yeah, and then it becomes another mouth of Pablo.
Yeah. Because I guess instead of becoming evil Kelly, it just starts becoming an evil Pablo.
Well, I think it's just the demon fucking with her, basically.
Yeah.
Again, that's what all these demons do.
We also find out that the mouth on her is attached to the mouth on him, so she pours, like, gasoline in and sets fire to it and says, hot tamale, I think?
Yeah, and
Which-
it's like, I think she like punches it in the mouth or something.
I think Ash is starting to rub off on Kelly.
Yeah.
But yeah, despite all that shit, and apparently, like, in historically speaking, the Kandarian dagger just completely obliterating Deadites, it, for some reason, doesn't have that effect on Pablo, and instead just kinda knocks him out. And then he has his little spirit quest.
Yeah.
I mean, that is probably something to do with the fact that he is the Brujo.
Well,
Yeah,
what I took it to
also-
mean was, like when the, like how the necklace was stopping the evil of the Necronomicon from rising in him, the Kandarian dagger seems to destroy evil, like just straight up destroy it. So
Yeah.
what I took it as was, at the time he was being taken over by evil, and stabbing him with the Kandarian dagger was like getting rid of the evil.
True.
Yeah, I think so. The Brujo
That's pretty well.
Spirit
That's pretty very clearly referenced after this whole spirit quest, where like all the fucking writing just disappears off of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Brujo helps basically get rid of that, get the evil out of him,
Yeah.
basically.
Which is another really nice plot resolution.
Yeah, he's uncle again. I'll be right back. I need to go real quick.
Okay. Thoroughly disturbing.
Yeah. Okay. Where were we?
A fucking
So Ash,
vision
so
quest.
Ash goes to Ruby's house to find her, and then hears screaming and hears something, or no, hears a baby crying from upstairs.
Yeah.
He goes upstairs. He finds the Norwegian woman and the baby, and he doesn't know why the woman is so terrified of the baby. And then he sees that it's sucking on his finger, I think.
Yeah.
So Ash finally gets it in his fucking dumbass brain that he needs to help her. So he goes over to unscrew the sink. And his robot arm glitches out for some reason.
It glitches out
Oh,
because
yeah.
in the fucking Sperm Bank fight, one of the Deadite people fucking bit into it so hard that
Right.
I guess it just fucking short circuits a bunch now.
Well, it's Power Glove, so it's a piece of shit anyway, so.
True.
Just some guy actually made Ash's hair.
Dare you?
It was Odin makes, I think. But anyway.
I want Ash's power glove hand as a prop.
Well, he has a video where he shows you how to make it.
Oh
He
shit!
does?
Nice.
Yeah, it's Odin creates, I think, or Odin makes.
Oh, right. Fair
Oh,
enough.
did you think Bruce Campbell had a video?
Yeah, when you said he has a video, I was like,
Bruce Campbell must have one. Like he must have the same. He must have the prop from the movie, or the TV show.
Yeah, probably.
I would certainly want to keep that.
Yeah, it's badass. Also, you wanna know why he cut off his right arm? Or his right hand, I mean?
Because he's left-handed.
Yeah.
He didn't want to do all
we
that
talked
shit
about
with
that
his
before.
other hand.
Yeah, he wanted to keep his good spanking hand.
But anyway, so they do something. I think Ash like fucks up, and the baby is like starting to wake up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he has to move. So instead of unscrewing the sink, I think they like unscrewed enough so they can just lift it up.
Yeah.
And they have to carry it down the basement. But I think the woman like drop something or something like that.
Oh, that they're running from. Are you seriously? Get a better wiki.
Just literally go on the regular ass wiki.
No, eat my ass. So the baby
Basically,
wakes
what
up.
happens is that they pick up the sink and they run. They're running from the kid.
They lock the
The
door.
woman, Ash wants to stay and fight the thing, but the woman's like, she's still chained
wants
to
to
him,
leave.
and she runs away, pulls him with her, knocks him
Yeah.
down the stairs.
And I think
And
she locks
rides
the
him
door.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lock the door, but then the baby cuts through with the chainsaw somehow.
Into her
The
shoulder.
tiny little bone chainsaw.
But yeah. Then so they run. So they
I
run and
love
hide.
that, like. Sorry. I love how like the book it only had the image to work off, and like it just assumes that the chainsaw is just part of Ash's like
Actual
anatomy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. I
Also,
love
Levi,
it.
just to say, I was actually using that wiki before, the one you just sent.
Oh, right. What?
It just summarizes a lot of stuff. Like, it condenses whole scenes into one, like, sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
isn't the wiki I was. Wait, you.
I
This
have
is
the actual
literally
wiki
just.
up,
This
but
is literally. Levi,
If
you
you're using
literally just sent a link to the.
evildentdom.fandom.com, then that one I was using.
Is he-
Yeah,
shorter.
that's a good one. You
Yeah,
literally
it's
just
even
sent a link.
shorter. No, it's even
No,
shorter.
I was.
It
I
sums
was
up the
using
entire
that in the
summary for this episode in one sentence.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what it did for previous seasons. Have they just not finished the articles?
Nope.
Probably.
Because the previous seasons had full episode summaries.
Anyway, so they run and hide from the kid as it's stalking them throughout the house. Ash eventually gets separated from the woman. I think either his hand
Oh,
pops
and
off.
also the fucking duck.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's really disturbing.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ash's hand finally pops off the sink. So the lady tries to run, but gets killed by the demon.
But not before she clonks Ash on the head with the sink.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Again,
because
trying to run away.
she steals the boomstick.
Yeah. But then she gets murdered by the thing.
I sent the link, by the way. There's the episode summaries are here. It's literally fucking 3 whole paragraphs. I don't know what you're on about.
I was using another one. I was using the other... What the fuck?
It's giving me a completely different page when I...
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there it is, anyways.
But anyway, so the kid kills the lady, and climbs into her body. To use as a weapon.
This entire fucking fight scene is just so Evil Dead.
Yeah, she pops his
It's
head out of
wrong.
her vag. And like
No,
kicks
he
Ash
starts
in the face or something.
by taking over her entire body and just like pops his head out of her severed
Oh,
neck.
yeah, this is the
But
worst.
then flips her upside down and pops out of her coochie.
Her coochie or her ass. And kicks Ash in the face.
Meanwhile, it should be mentioned that Ash has spent this entire time like trying to catch the kid.
To use as proof that he isn't insane.
Yeah, and in the end, he just kinda, like, takes bowling balls and stuffs them into the woman's holes, so he can, and then wraps her up in a rug.
It's
So
wrong.
like, he sure did catch that kid, alright.
Yeah, and he takes the kid to the cops in the next episode.
No, he doesn't take the kid to the cops. He takes it straight to fucking... Brandy, so that he can prove to her that because he has this child, her counselor must be a demon.
Yeah.
No, there was a cop there, and he tries to arrest him.
Well,
Because who wouldn't?
Basically, the rest of this episode is just Pablo comes out of his vision quest, finally fucking kisses Kelly.
Finally.
Yeah.
I just have on my notes, de kiss.
He revoked his K card.
And then Ash fucking returns to fucking Brandy with the kid, who has completely consumed the Norwegian woman. inside the trunk.
He's just a baby covered in blood now.
Yeah. And, of course, Ruby shows up and, like, continues on her little, playing her little game.
And the baby goes, he hurted me! And that's immediate.
But, Brandy doesn't buy it at all, and fucking gets in the car and finally calls Ash Dad.
Yeah, for some reason, this is the point at which she's like, do you know what, maybe she is a demon.
That's the happiest moment of Ash's entire life.
Well, no, it's at this point, she still doesn't believe that Ruby is a demon, but she believes a lot of the other shit that Ash is telling her, apparently. I don't know why it's so hard for her to believe that Ruby is a demon, but everything else that's happening is just fine.
Like I said, this is the happiest day of Ash's entire life.
She literally has known Ruby as the counselor longer than she's known Ash.
As basically one of her closest friends.
And I want to point out for the beginning of the next episode. Fuck Netflix. Go eat a fat chode, Netflix.
Okay, so
the thumbnail for this episode on Netflix is literally just Kelly lying on the floor with a Kandarian dagger in her heart.
Oh.
I don't know what the fuck these assholes were thinking, but thanks for that. Go die.
But,
that's not great.
So, the baby is going through a major, change to becoming adult Ash, because over the course of a few hours, it's gone from...
The metamorphosis is in progress.
Yeah, it's massively, changing very fast.
Literally in a fucking flesh cocoon.
To say why Ruby did this, she's basically making her own version of Ash to help stop the prophecy, I believe.
No. The whole purpose of making another Ash was because as long as it's related to Ash and I guess generally has the same properties as Ash, it can be used as a substitute for the prophecy once the real Ash is killed by his own bloodline.
Yeah.
So basically Bad Ash becomes the prophesized one when the actual Ash is killed by his own kin.
And I really expected this to be a setup so that Brandy could kill Ash and become the new Brujo. I don't know why... Hefe. I don't know why, but I kind of thought that would be part of this plot, and then they'd have to bullshit Ash back.
I mean, they
do go through a lot of that, character development for Brandy even after that point.
Yeah.
Again, this whole season is about Ash basically maturing slowly to becoming a better person. That's the entire point of the show. It's to progress his character. But anyway, so at the house, a bunch of Sumerian knights randomly show up, and apparently Dalton called for reinforcements before he got murdered.
What? No, none of that happens at the house. They're going down. This happens in the cellar. The Sumerian knights show up. What happens at the house is when, Ruby, again, read the wiki!
I am looking at the wiki, you asshole!
I sent you the link!
Dude, we are reading the wiki and it is...
my screen? I will send you a fucking screen on my machine, my screen, you piece of shit.
So, at the house, the fucking Kelly shows up and starts fucking shooting Ruby.
Yes, and then she's winning for the most part, and then tragically is
that happens later in the episode. It's an episode that's broken up into parts.
Whatever. Anyway, so they go to the basement and find what was left of Gary, and they're like, "Oh, that's what happened to Gary."
At least he fought bravely.
Oh yeah, and I was just like, no, he got kicked by my 76-year-old dad.
He died in this basement eating spam. Yeah, wasn't his body surrounded by cans of spam and water or something?
Yeah.
But So they figured that Gary found his way into the Deadlands, which is an alternate reality, like the Upside Down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels very Silent Hill.
Yeah, I have that in my notes for a later episode. It's like, welcome to the Upside Down.
Yeah, it did
literally
feel
looks like
very
the Upside
Stranger
Down.
Things.
They probably got inspired by Stranger Things.
I mean, Stranger Things was just massively inspired by Silent Hill, so...
And I don't think Stranger... When did this season come out? 2018?
No, 2015.
Yeah,
Stranger Things came out.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, this must have been Strange. It must have been Silent Hill, sorry. Anyway. Pablo has a vision and sees that Ash is in trouble. Or he thinks he's in trouble. He arrives at the store.
Yeah, no, Stranger Things started in 2016, so it could have come from that.
Yeah, they probably could have heard something happening and they're like, oh, that's cool. But anyway. So Ash, or Pablo thinks that Ash is in trouble, speeds off to the store, and they use Pablo to decipher the Sumerian runes that are scribbled across the wall with paint/blood.
No, they don't even do that.
Yeah.
Pablo goes up to the wall, his hands magnetize to it, and he just starts spouting translations until a portal starts opening.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, he is fully Brujo. He is Brujo Especial.
Yeah,
He
then
is.
one of the guys goes through the portal, becomes a
Which I'm
Deadite.
pretty sure is a...
Doesn't even become a Deadite, becomes a full-on fucking demon.
Yeah, it says on the wiki that he fuses with 2 other members. And
Yeah.
it's even a reference to, they even says it's a reference to either the Thing, Tyrant from Resident Evil, or the Flood. But, anyway, yeah, it's probably just a reference to, like, fucking the Thing, because
I
Sam
mean,
really likes referencing cool stuff.
It doesn't even need to be a reference. It's not exactly a unique concept.
So anyway, he kills it. He kills the Deadite. And only one of the knights is still alive. Though is very traumatized by seeing her friends murdered in that way.
Yeah.
And
also,
Pablo figures out how to close the rift, so they don't use that for a while.
It's already been established as well, hasn't it, that fuck me, I can't speak. Pablo. It's already been established that Pablo can make himself invisible to Deadites and shit.
With the pendant.
Not even just that at this point. It's at this
no,
point they just think
consider
he's one
him,
of them.
Yeah, because he's been fused with the
book
Necronomicon. I guess they just see him as a part of their evil
I think the
force.
logic behind it now is like what Brujo said. He's straddling 2 worlds. He's one with the land of the living and the underworld at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's literally his status as Brujo Especial that lets him, camouflage as evil.
And as I said during the first season, the Brujo Especial and the Jefe, their destinies are intertwined. That it's part of the destiny of the Jefe to meet the Brujo, so they can defeat evil.
Yeah.
Even though I feel like that didn't pay off as much as it should have, and this is probably a bit of a part of the whole it was canceled 2 seasons early kind of deal. Is like even when Kandar showed up, Ash just kind of dealt with that himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow used a tank by himself.
I feel like when whatever season 5 was going to be, there would have been a much more intimate team up between Ash and Pablo for whatever they had planned. Yeah.
Sort of like. Also, the ending of Ash vs. Evil Dead Season 3 kind of reminded me of the ending of the Ancient Gods DLC for Doom Eternal. Where you kill the fucking Titan.
I mean, it is literally just the unused ending from Army of Darkness.
Yeah, with more cool shit in it.
Yeah.
We'll get into that, but it's like, it's like Doom with the whole hell invasion.
Mm.
I imagine Earth in like season 4 looks like Earth does in Doom Eternal. But anyway, so Kelly goes to Ruby's house to fuck her up, and again, seemingly is winning.
Yeah, Kelly does actually put up a good fight here.
But she gets reckless, and Ruby gets her hands on the Kandarian dagger.
Yeah, because she throws a fucking grenade at her.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the first thing she does when she opens the door is like shoots fucking Ruby in the face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is good.
But of course, Ruby
she just keeps
is
pumping her. She just keeps shooting with the shotgun, and she keeps like running away, and she keeps like going down the hallway. But
immortal.
Yeah, okay, Kelly dies.
Okay, Chip, cut this out. Spidey, are you legitimately just having a bad day or something? Because there is a lot of pauses this episode.
No, I think it's because...
I'm trying to quickly read through all this shit so I can actually say it without stumbling like a moron.
I mean, like...
Read first, think never.
I mean, it doesn't feel any different than any of the other episodes.
It does to me. I feel like the other ones definitely had a lot less of the awkward pauses.
So anyway, Kelly dies.
No, even Chip said, like, they edited them out in the first episode.
Yeah, I think it's just because there's so much shit going on here that...
Yes, and have you looked at the wiki? It's a lot of words. But anyway. So, Kelly dies with the Kandarian dagger in her heart, and... Yeah, so big F, thanks Netflix.
Yeah, and Ruby gets the idea to use Kelly as the vessel for Kaya.
Yeah.
Because that totally wasn't... that was something I totally didn't see coming.
So and then Pablo Pablo feels the serpents in the Force. Like yes, Yoda in Revenge of the Sith.
He sees Kelly like, yo, I'm dead, my dude.
Yeah, he sees her in like the wall or whatever in the afterlife.
Yeah.
He FaceTimes her. Really up.
But yeah.
See, this is exactly what I mean. There isn't a whole lot to read here. I'm reading along with you. There's literally one sentence left in the article.
I just love the idea of like they've just got a fucking FaceTime connection into the fucking underworld, like Pablo.
So Ruby and Kaya basically try and fuck up Brandy and Ash's relationship even more. And yeah,
because they want their plan is to get Brandy to kill Ash because that's part of the necessary bit of the prophecy, I guess.
Yeah.
And Ash doesn't realize that one of his best friends is dead. So rip.
Yeah.
On to the next episode.
My favorite fucking episode, I think, to be honest.
Oh, with the dance.
Yeah, this episode is fucked, but it's great.
So yeah,
another thing I wanted to bring up real quick, just a few things from episode 6. The fucking one-liners from Kelly. All right, you she-devil fuck, let's go. And other references like last person who read those ended up with a dagger in their back.
Yep.
There was also, I think one of the boxes in the store was just a box of grape Faygo, which was interesting.
What?
Yeah, you didn't read that. That was one of the boxes. It had grape Faygo written on it.
What's Faygo?
Grape Faygo?
Yeah, what?
You don't know what Faygo is?
No.
Okay, I can understand Levi possibly not knowing what Faygo is because it's not a fucking... might not be in the UK, but it's definitely in the US. It's a soda brand.
I don't know what Faygo is.
Huh?
I don't know what Faygo is.
It's a soda brand.
Okay, I just didn't know what the fuck that was.
It's referenced a lot in Homestuck, so I'm sure at least Chip knows what it is.
I know
But
what
yeah,
it is.
so creepy kid.
Also,
Mark II.
I wasn't done yet. The other one thing I wanted to bring up was, dear God, I was joking in the last episode, but apparently Ruby actually is straight-so.
What?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't think they worked that way, but I guess
But,
they do.
Anyway, so creepy kid Mark II cuts his hand off with his chainsaw arm with a chainsaw.
He ain't no kid anymore.
Yeah.
And he also cuts it off with a handsaw.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. And then he gets given the
arguably
chainsaw and all the
worse.
clothes.
Oh,
Just-
the part where he's cutting his hand off with the hacksaw is fucked.
And he's like, "Mommy, this hurts."
Supposed to hurt.
Yeah. I love the part where we sees those kids in the stairwell.
Yeah. You know
Where
you're
they're freaking
smoking
out.
a controlled substance.
So I'm just gonna say this: demonic Ash is literally nothing like a normal Ash. He's a very well-spoken and somewhat polite thing. Still an evil
Thing.
thing, but you know what I mean.
He also seems relatively intelligent.
Yeah, he's well-spoken. That's what I meant.
I
Rather
love
than-
that line so much where he's like, you know you are smoking a controlled substance.
Yeah, I love when he also talks
So-
to Pablo as well.
Yeah. I
What
love how
the fuck are you
like
talking
Pablo
about?
just realized. I love how he just like Pablo comes to the conclusion
He
that
uses
that
too many
can't be
big words.
Ash, 'cause he's not racist enough.
Yeah, he's trying to be as polite as possible. It's Canadian Ash
I love
Williams. But anyway, so yeah, evil Ash disguises himself as Ash, and Brandy wants to go to the dance to actually fit in as a normal person. But obviously Ash can't be seen because he's being hunted by the cops. So he drops her off and sneaks around the back of the school.
Yeah, Ash
basically
isn't
keep
being
an eye on
hunted
her.
by the cops yet.
What?
Ash isn't being hunted by the cops.
Yes,
at
he
this point.
is, for the
He killed
kidnapping
a
of the
baby.
child.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
They
yeah.
still think he kidnapped a kid. So he sees the cops
Yeah, that's
at
why he has
the
to. That's why he has
dance
to
and
go
he's
to the
like,
back exit. That's why he has to
I
go
was
to the
gonna
back
say
exit.
they're not really like actively hunting him until after
Yes, but
this
he's still a
episode.
wanted man. Yeah, because they think he killed a bunch of people. But yeah, he has to go through the
I mean,
back door. Same. Evil Ash does the same thing, and Evil Ash runs across a bunch, two kids making out and smoking in the stairwell.
Mm.
smoking
that
one of Ash's many stashed doobies from like the 80s.
Yeah, late 70s.
Fucking
Somehow
all
still
over the
lights.
school. Yeah, it's just I love the idea that there's so many of them all over the school that he's stashed like
It's
a
like
fucking
an
squirrel.
Easter egg hunt.
That even
Exactly.
to this day, people are still finding them.
Yeah.
How ballsy do you have to be to smoke fucking weed in your school? Well, to be fair, I did see that also in my school, but moving on.
Good. I'm glad that was concluded.
American high schools are not good. They're probably the pits.
Eh,
They're worse than middle schools.
British high schools are much better.
Although our high
Uh,
schools aren't your high schools, they're your middle schools.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Isn't apparently Japanese high school students do the same
And your
work
high
that,
schools are our colleges,
students
and
do in
our
the West.
colleges are your universities.
Yeah, and then you guys use like weird systems for grades. It's weird. Not like moving from like kindergarten to first grade, like that kind of grade, not like A+ on a test or whatever.
We don't even have a kindergarten, so
That's lame.
Moving on.
Yeah, sorry. That cut out that weird tangent. Anyway, so Ash kills them, or Evil Ash kills them, and then Ash finds what's left of them.
Ash kills them, so Ash gets mad. So Ash goes around hunting Ash, and what happens with Ash is like, well, Ash does Ash things.
And then Ash goes into the main dance room and fucks shit up.
Yeah. This is it's another scene where we get to see what would happen if Ash just legit went fucking mental.
Well, you're saying that he isn't already mental.
I mean, he's drug-addled and stupid, but I don't think he's insane.
That's debatable.
True.
But yeah, so Evil Ash sneaks out through the fire exit as normal Ash comes in, and he's like, "Hey, what the hell's happening?" And Brandy thinks that I think Ash also got covered in blood, so it kind of incriminates him.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly how he got covered. I think
he gets covered in blood because he has the fucking he meets with Evil Ash in the corridor as Evil Ash is cutting up some kids.
Yeah. Right.
And like the police show up and like fuck everything up.
Yeah. And as Evil Ash is trying to exit, Pablo's like, "Hey, Hefe, what's happening?" And again, the scene with Evil Ash being very polite happens.
Yeah, he wasn't nearly ready enough.
Yeah, he also goes, "Hey, Hefe, I know that word. You called me boss in Spanish." And I was like, "Ha! I knew it."
What does brujo mean in Spanish? Look it up.
We already went over this in the last episode. It literally just means sorcerer.
You're a sorcerer.
Hey.
Yeah, I said it. Dab. Dab.
Dab magic.
Dab.
You're a sorcerer, dab. That's the most childish. Oh.
That's part of my comedy. My very bad comedy,
but I'm beginning to regret
it makes someone laugh.
Starting this show.
It makes someone laugh.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing in spite of you. Don't worry.
Well, you don't have to worry much about this show for much longer. It's going to end after this episode, and then we never have to talk again.
I'm laughing, but that's only because that's what humans do when they are thrust into uncomfortable situations.
Oh yeah, Liam, look at Recording General. This is how I feel about you.
Groovy!
Okay.
But yeah. No, I'm kidding, I love you. But anyway. So, Pablo realizes that Evil Ash isn't actual Ash, and yeah, basically freaks out. And
this is
Kelly
also
shows up
after
as well.
Pablo realizes that Kelly isn't actually Kelly.
Yeah, and Evil Kelly, essentially, or Kea, taunts him into
Tries
trying
to kill him.
her. Yeah, but he can't do it.
Yeah. And now we're at the point where, like, Ruby is putting on a real show for fucking Bad Ash.
Yeah, and Ash is like, "Get the fuck out of the way."
Regular Ash, actually. Because
Yeah,
Bad Ash has left the scene, and regular Ash has come in to try and figure out what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, he sees a bunch of people screaming and running away, but screaming at Ashy Slashy.
Yeah.
But they Ruby shoves herself onto his chainsaw.
Yeah.
And disembowels herself. But and then Brandy goes up with the Kandarian dagger, but can't stab him. So Ruby is like,
no, Ruby doesn't do anything until Pablo bursts in with Bad Ash, and fucking Brandy
like
realizes,
down the fucking drain.
Yeah, she gets up, just fucking done with this shit, realizing that, Brandy's failed her, Bad Ash has failed her, and now it's just time to fucking cut the shit.
Kill Ash herself.
So she throws the Kandarian dagger at him, but Brandy takes the hit instead, and we end the episode with Ash cradling dead Brandy in his arms.
Yeah. Crying. And and then the next episode happens.
I am quite. I'm not gonna lie. Like when Brandy died, I kind of was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Well, we're going to the.
We're almost done, actually.
We are.
2 or 3 more episodes?
We're on episode 8 now.
Yeah,
so.
2 more episodes. So we have
Yep.
Judgment and the Medal of Man.
Yeah.
We're on Rifting Apart, which
Yeah.
Yep.
by the name you can already tell what the fuck is going to happen.
It's the new Ratchet and Clank.
No, that's Rift Apart. It should have been Rift You a New One. Get it? Because Ratchet and Clank, the innuendo names.
Okay, but they already have a weapon called the Rhino.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's literally an acronym.
That's literally what the Rhino stands for, is Rip You a New One.
Oh. Still, that would have been a better name than Rift Apart. Or whatever the fuck it was called. I don't know, but anyway, so...
I don't know what you know yet. But, yeah.
So Ash and Pablo realize that Brandy and Kelly and all the other dead people are trapped in the Upside Down.
Yeah.
And there's a weird hand demon following them.
Oh yeah, that thing. What the hell even is that?
Is it ever made exceptionally clear who or what that is? Or is it just a version of Kandar?
I think, what I think it is I think where they are, the Deadlands, is where they go before they get, dragged to hell. And it's that
purgatory.
Thing's kind of job. Yeah, it's purgatory, and it's kind of like that thing's job to, drag people down to hell.
I don't even know if it's its job so much as that's just what it does.
It's bored.
It's the Hell Dragger.
But anyway. Be hungry.
No! Horrendous.
What'd you do?
Vor.
Oh, it's the Vor demon.
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
It towers over you, and the last here you think is me hungry.
Oh, Lord. But yeah, so Ash and Pablo try and find a way into the Rift world. And then
Also,
I believe they
think
realize...
I just want to point out, I think that demon is actually a reference to the movie Drag Me to Hell, which was also directed by Sam Raimi.
Yeah. I think it's a reference to the final scene where the woman on the train tracks gets dragged into hell.
Yeah.
That's what the demon, the demon opens up a hell portal basically underneath you and you fall in.
Hmm.
I think it's either that or arms pop up and grab you like in fucking Legend of Zelda.
Yeah.
The no hands or whatever.
Yeah.
But so they go back to the store and try and find so Pablo essentially opens the portal to purgatory so Ash can get in.
And then
it's a one-way trip.
Actually, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe let's instead stab you with the Kandarian dagger.
Yeah.
Because that's
Ash
a
dies.
much better idea.
So Ash dies.
Yes, Ash does die.
So Ash dies, and
I love that exchange. I love that exchange between them where he's just like, I can't do it, you do it. No, it's just that neither of them wants to do it. And Pablo doesn't even know if this worked or not.
So Ash dies, and after a bit of faffing around where he sees a bunch of kids get dragged into hell, he finally finds Kelly, Dalton, and Brandy holed up in, was it a diner or the hardware store? I don't remember exactly.
It was a diner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have to go back to the hardware store. So
yeah,
Pablo
through these weird trippy doors that portal them around.
Yeah, so they go back outside, the demon notices them and chases them down. And they get into the Delta.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's Dalton or Kelly's nothing here works. What the fuck are you doing?
Dalton sacrifices himself to fucking...
save them, yeah.
Yeah, to distract the demon.
Yeah. And somehow Ash gets his fucking Delta to work, even though it's in purgatory.
Yeah.
I've got
the feeling Ash is as powerful as the orcs in Warhammer, where anything just works. because he wants it to. He's so stupid that he doesn't understand that it just shouldn't work.
Mordaka!
Yeah.
Liam, you should play Space. Liam, you should play Space Marine.
What?
That game's awesome. But anyway, so they get to the Delta. So they get the Delta and drive back to the hardware store. They barricade their way in. They barricade themselves inside, and I think Pablo manages to pull them out. And
yeah.
Everyone
That's
except
basically-
Kelly.
Except for Kelly, who...
Yeah, the portal closes before Kelly can get out. She gets out in like the last episode or whatever.
No, it's not that it closes before she can get out, it's that someone is already inside her body. So there's nowhere for her to go to.
Yeah, so Ash basically has to perform an exorcism on Kea to get Kelly out, basically.
Pretty much.
No, that's not what happens. That's what he thinks.
No,
he's
it's
gonna
not
do.
that he...
No, that's
it's
what he
not that-
wants to do. That's not what happens.
Yeah.
What happens is that Kea gets dragged back to hell by the Dark Ones,
Mm.
and Ruby gets fucked over as well.
I don't even think she gets dragged back to hell. I think her soul literally gets destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, so
Yeah, I'm
that's
trying to-
basically
I'm
the end of this episode.
Oh, it just ends there, does it? With Kelly not able to come through.
I believe it says something about the last Sumerian night, something about her.
Yeah, there's an entire scene
wait,
where she's
we've
being skinned
missed-
for a new page.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm so sorry.
Not only that, we're also missing the entire scene where the
Pablo
has
fights the
fucking
Deadite in
fight
the hardware store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, I am so sorry. I'm just I don't want...
Are you
Because
ser-
Ash
I-
brings
I'm-
the wrong
I know
body
I've asked
bag
this
down.
before, but are you seriously okay today?
I don't know. Leave me alone. Dude, I just don't want us to be here for like fucking 8 hours as I try and read this damn thing. And we're almost done.
But
I
yeah,
don't
the
think-
fucking
I
the
don't
fight
think
in the
anyone
hardware
cares
store.
about as how long we're here if it's at least entertaining.
It's not going to be entertaining. No, a lot of stuff we do is not entertaining.
The M&Ms think otherwise.
That wasn't entertaining, bro. That was just fucking dumb. It was just dumb fluff for no reason.
And
You're dumb fluff.
People like dumb fluff.
But
Fucking
dumb
Ash is like
fluff.
90% dumb fluff.
Hey guys, look at recording general.
Groovy!
why?
Just look.
No, I see it, but why? What?
This is funny meme.
Is it? Is it funny?
I think it's funny.
Those are not the correct girls.
I don't know what you're on about. I'm not enough of a weeb.
Yeah, at this point, you're just legitimately wasting time.
No, fuck you. So anyway. Anyway, next episode happens, and it's the apocalypse.
No, wait. No. I don't want, not next episode. I want to talk about this fight scene in the fucking hardware store with Pablo.
Yeah.
Oh, the paint shaker.
'Cause I-
That's right,
I
sorry.
love this. Yeah, this is great.
So yeah, Ash
Fuck
brought
it,
down
me-
the wrong body bag. And
Yeah.
the body in it turns into a Deadite which attacks Pablo as he's trying to hold the
No, it's
portal open.
not even that he brought down the wrong body bag. That you sort of see a hint at this when the bag starts moving while they're driving, but it's
Yeah.
sort of implied that either the Deadites swapped into a different bag or just shifted the bag over to the other side while they weren't looking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, now they have to...
But yeah,
Yeah.
the
Sorry.
fucking paint shaker is definitely used.
Yeah, isn't it like he traps the thing's head inside the paint shaker and just shakes it until it
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
dies?
Pops like a fucking
Yeah.
watermelon.
What would actually happen if you put someone's head in a paint shaker?
Pretty
Tell me that,
much
actually.
what...
Are you
Pretty much what happened there.
like willing to be a volunteer?
No.
Oh, okay. Then I guess we'll never know.
Apparently,
That's a shame.
some woman in like California was killed with like a cherry tree shaker or whatever, or an almond tree shaker. It's like this big machine thing in like
To
almond
shake the
farms.
nuts out of trees.
Yeah, it just shook her until she died.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like sonic weapons in fucking Star Wars where they just liquefy
Can you imagine getting killed by a something that makes a tree nut?
Yeah, it shakes until it nuts.
She was killed by a nut machine.
Go.
Hew, 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 hew.
You.
Wait.
Nyuk, 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 nyuk. Anyway,
Nug, 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 nug.
Oh!
no, that's for the fucking Three Stooges.
Nyuk, not nug.
I said nyuk.
Oh.
Yeah.
I said nyuk, you fucking idiot. You heard nug.
Yeah, I was confused.
We slowly hear Kandar in the distance. Me hungry for chicky nuggies.
Oh my god, Chip! Until the end of the episode, can you just have stomping in the distance get closer and closer? And
Yeah,
end it
Just
with
have
Makuta.
that scene from Jurassic Park with the glass shake,
The
the glass
water.
of water
Yeah.
shaking.
Oh my god. So this episode's called Judgment Day. So try and guess what happens.
Nothing.
Yeah,
you
the
mentioned
dark.
really-
I
it's
think
actually-
don't we start off this episode with the dark ones coming out of the portal?
Yeah.
Killing Kea and fucking over Ruby.
The schlurp Kea like a fucking dementor.
I think
No,
it's when- I think it's-
that scene that's a little later
Doesn't
in the
she
episode,
explode
but
or
it's
something?
like that scene was really weird to me because they like first they fucking
suck her soul out of Kelly's body.
no. They fucking like produce a naked lady body out of thin air and then just sort of like transplant her soul into the body.
I mean,
Because
if you were
yeah.
a dark
for some
one, would you not have a
reason
spare
that- for
naked
some
lady
reason
body on
the-
hand?
For some reason, they couldn't just take her soul directly out of Kelly's body and deal with her. They had to take her soul out of Kelly, put her into another body, and then kill her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
I mean, have you ever played Hatred? Or no, Agony. It's Agony.
No.
Are you a dark one?
Are you a dark one?
Are you,
an
are
evil
you
lady?
questioning the dark one's torturing capabilities? Because frankly,
I've played Agony.
I think the dark ones know soul torture better than you do.
So, the plot summary for this episode is pretty short. So Ash and friends
I
come
don't know
back
what
to
you're
life.
talking about short. I'm seeing like an entire fucking book here.
What, for Judgment Day?
Oh, sorry, I'm still on Rifting Apart. What am I doing? My
Yeah,
bad.
Judgment Day is like a small paragraph.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
it
very
looks like from
inconsistent.
this point on, they aren't doing, like, episode summaries on the wiki,
I mean,
apparently. They're just
to
doing
be
the plot
fair-
summaries.
To be fair, you could honestly sum up the entire plot for these episodes as the apocalypse happens and Ash
Yeah.
kills the
Yeah.
demon.
Well,
Like, that's the
there's a
entire thing that
little more...
happens.
Okay, for Judgment Day, the only thing I really have in my notes that I want to talk about
The shed fight.
is this entire fucking garage scene, which is just a complete
The phone.
fan service homage to both Evil Dead 2 and the windmill scene from Army of Darkness.
Yeah, where
Yeah.
Brandy's phone comes to life.
Bites off her finger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
No,
I
doesn't
just
say cut off her finger.
Brandy, I just want you to know you taste delicious.
Yeah.
This entire scene is where Brandy like basically becomes Ash.
She even starts making fucking quips.
Yeah.
She has her.
Like,
she
even,
finally
like,
has her
even when
moment
the
of.
phone-
Yeah, do you know what?
when-
Actually, yeah. Fuck these things.
When the phone comes to life and turns into this horrible CGI abomination. Like, I commented in the first season how the effects for this show were really good. And even in scenes where, like, they were obviously, like, paying homage to the old stop motion, it's very
Yeah.
clear that at some point they just stopped putting in that much effort.
I mean, to be fair, when you see what they spent most of the budget on for the next episode, it can be forgiven.
I mean, even Kandar doesn't hold that same kind of unsettling charm as it should. Like,
True.
they could have easily... What they should have done for Kandar is they should have done what they did with the old Godzilla movies and just have a guy in a suit.
I
But
think what
they
happened
full
with
they apparently
season
just went
3
full CG with him.
Well, that was probably just a little cheaper and a faster
Like,
to
even
do.
with Henrietta, they still had practical effects going on.
Yeah, but how are you going to make it not look like a dude composited into the shot?
I mean, for the most part, you never really see Ash and Kandar visible in the same scene. So they could have very easily just done the
Like in
scene
Power
itself
Rangers.
with miniatures. Where
Like
every
in
shot
Power
with
Rangers.
Kandar... they could have just done every scene with Kandar as a miniature. And it would have worked just fine. Not to mention, fucking modern CG. You probably wouldn't notice if Ash and Kandar were composited into the same scene. It's not
I mean,
like...
to be fair,
just because you
for-
have a guy in a suit doesn't mean it has to look like it in every possible
Yeah.
situation.
To be fair, for season 3, the budget kind of got cut because the show was obviously
I
going to
beg
end.
to differ, because you see a lot of the shit in these next 2 episodes. They had... How much would it have cost to do everything from Kandar's animations to all the background actors for, like, the army, having tanks, having the CGI for the planes come in and everything? These episodes probably had the largest budget of the entire series so far.
Yeah, I love the scene where I love the scene where they try and drop napalm on Kandar.
At any rate, the point I was getting at is, like, this scene in the garage is really, really good, but it's also the point where they just completely stop caring with practical effects, or even trying to make it look like practical effects anymore, because this phone monster just looks like something out of a Crazy Frog video.
Yeah, it even has like big eyelashes and shit like that. But yeah, how does she kill it? I don't remember exactly.
She runs it over with a lawnmower.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
right.
she says, "Who's laughing now?"
Oh, it's a fucking plow.
She runs it over with the worst
snowplow.
designed plow on earth, because it just spits the shit back into her face.
Oh,
It's-
yeah, it's like a shittily made snowplow.
No, I explained this to you at the time. The thing fucking... It comes out to the side. It's designed to fold in for easy access. Like
I don't
easy
care.
storage.
Why would it ever be able to vent directly into your face?
Again, it's a snowplow. It's not like shooting fucking blades of grass into your eyes.
The point is,
But,
I really like this scene. I just have in my notes this entire scene.
So yeah,
No. Imagine being
that's
that
essentially what
professional.
happens for this episode. The apocalypse starts. The Dark Ones are just out and about trying to kill Ash,
Yeah, the Dark Ones start by, like, going to Ruby and fucking...
killing her.
Yeah, killing Ruby and Kaya. And Ash gets, like, one fucking one-liner off at Ruby's expense before running away with Kelly's body.
I love. I think it's either this episode or the next one. Ash is like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, I have no idea what the hell I'm doing."
Yeah, it's after that point where the Dark Ones are free, and the Deadite epidemic has begun across the planet. And
It's a
the
hell
final
invasion.
thing that the Ash
The demonic
finally
invasion
gets...
of Earth has commenced.
Yeah. When fucking Medal of Man starts, I believe it starts off with, like, Ash and fucking Kelly ending up at the hardware store and meeting up with Pablo, which the Dark Ones are already there, and they unleash Kandar.
Yeah, Ash is essentially the whole facade of him being this confident moron breaks away, and he's like, "I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I'm going to die trying to kill that thing."
Yeah.
Like, what is a chainsaw and a fucking shotgun supposed to do against a fucking Titan from Doom?
Yeah,
It even looks like the fucking Titan
I
from
was
Doom
watching.
Eternal.
I mentioned when I was watching this, but these last 2 episodes really are basically like Doom Eternal or Doom 2.
Yeah, and last time I checked, Ash doesn't have a crucible, so he's not going to be able to stab that thing in a single, stab that thing in the chest and kill it. The longer the Kandar the Destroyer is on Earth, the stronger he becomes.
I also want to mention this. First of all, this is the true Army of Darkness. This is what Army of Darkness would have looked like if it wasn't campy as shit.
If they had money.
Also, the most adorable scene in this fucking series, where Ash and Brandy are in the pipes trying to get to the cellar in the store.
Sewer.
And Ash gives Brandy the necklace he originally gave to Linda, because I guess he held on to it all these years.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell even talked about that in Red and AMA, and he was like, why the hell? And apparently, I don't know, I thought it was like a nice thing that they did. That was also where he talked about how it's like a cheap piece of shit necklace.
This is from a dollar store or something?
Yeah, he bought it from J.C. Bruce Campbell bought it. Sam Raimi bought it from J.C. Penney for like $5.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not expecting it to show up again.
Yeah.
So anyway, apparently also, this military unit is so badly equipped, they're using tanks from 1954, apparently.
To be fair, a tank in 1954 is still better than no tank.
I just haven't... Though these are tanks that were decommissioned in 1954.
No, they were first used in 1954 and stopped being used during the Vietnam War.
Ah.
Apparently they're still fully in service, but that doesn't matter. Anyway, move on.
I just have in my notes here, from bad Ash to sad Ash.
Wait, what happens?
This is the bit where Ash is like, fuck breakdown. All of this, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, again, like I said, how am I supposed to kill that thing? I'm going to die. We're all going to die. But, yeah, what Vivian said is true. It's time to test the mettle of man. And, Ash is basically giving a pep talk that, he's not going to fight this thing off alone. And,
Spoilers, he fights this thing alone.
Well, yeah, that's because he loads them up in a truck so they don't die. So they go to the barricade and see Kandar destroying Elk Grove.
Yeah.
And the military is trying to drop napalm on that thing to kill it. But all they're doing is just making it stronger.
I particularly love the scene where you see the fucking, fighter jets flying in and, shooting little pea shooters at it. And Kandar just fucking breathes a nuclear bomb out of his face and just knocks them all down.
I said at the time as well that I think...
Sin. This thing is like the icon of sin.
I said at the time that we were watching it as well that I think that they really missed a chance here to have Kandar humping one of the buildings.
Oh, excuse me?
It's a joke that I've seen in something else. It's just...
I need an explanation of this thought process.
I just think it'd be really funny to see Kandar, humping a skyscraper.
What the hell is wrong with you?
I'd like to see a fight between, I was gonna put these on screen real quick. So here we have...
Groovy!
Kandar the Destroyer.
Put Discord humping a skyscraper in for
and we have the icon of sin.
Humping a building, even.
Oh yeah, I forgot in Doom Eternal they made the icon of sin an actual thing, rather than just a textured wall.
The longer Kandar the Destroyer is on Earth, the stronger he will become. That's literally what happens. Every time they hurt it, they make it stronger. The only thing that can kill it is a Kandarian dagger. So Ash finds an abandoned tank.
Why is there no, Kandarian assault rifle?
I mean, Ash made a Kandarian missile, so...
Wait a second! The way he killed the Kandarian demon is the same way Doom Guy killed the fucking Icon of Sin.
Oh?
He stabbed it in the forehead. And it fucking exploded.
Not with a
that's
tank.
Not what happened here.
What?
Unless
that's not
Doom
how
Guy
I fucking
loaded the
kill him.
crucible into a tank and shot it through its face.
No, I mean, like, stabbing the thing in the head and it explodes.
Well, that's
Like, the
not
same
even
thing.
what happened to it, though. He shot it through its head and into its heart.
Anyway. So he loads the, somehow loads the Kandarian dagger into an armor-piercing round.
Oh, he literally just takes the payload off of the round
He takes the warhead out of it somehow.
and duct tapes the Kandarian dagger onto the front of it.
That's not how shells... Whatever.
Incredible.
But also, I love that he doesn't realize that the safety is on for the tank. So as Kandar is trying to swallow the tank, Ash finally realizes, clicks the safety off, fires it, and kills Kandar.
And then we get to the point of the episode that broke me as a human being.
Also, I'm just going to say, even though Kandar is dead, the apocalypse still happens.
Yeah, because the Dark Ones are still there. The Dark Ones never left.
He just slowed down the apocalypse.
No, he didn't even do that. I don't even... This is one of this is one thing that I never really got about this season, and it's another thing that would probably have been explained better in season 4 and 5, but Kandar serves no purpose. Because for as much damage as Kandar was doing to Elk Grove, it's very clear from the ending that the majority of the damage was already done by the Deadites.
Also,
I think the point is that even Kandar isn't really a big deal compared to the Dark Ones.
Yeah.
Also, honestly,
but it's with the way the series was
these things all across Earth.
With the way the series was ended, it seems like, that they didn't really have a chance to get that point across.
Yeah.
And
it
also,
really doesn't feel like it was meant to end here.
I doubt that there are more things like Kandar just flying around, because just the title of it, Kandar the Destroyer, indicates there's only one of him.
True. Fair enough.
Also, the fact that it's literally named after the Kandarian demon.
Hey guys, look at this.
Groovy!
The longer the icon of sin stays on Earth, the thicker he becomes.
Why are you like this?
I don't blame id Software. I wasn't the one who put the fucking icon of sin's ass
all right.
in the
I have
journal.
to find that meme now where it's just rating all the booties in Doom.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh god, that's fucking weird.
Booty warrior.
God, I'm trying to find
calls
it
you
now.
Chris handsome.
Apparently the icon of sin was in Doom 3.
I'm a warrior.
Booty warrior.
Can we just put an edited scene of Samuel Hayden saying, the longer the icon of sin stays on Earth, the stronger it becomes, and replace it with Kandar?
Look at them. Look at that cake.
Groovy!
Wow, that's a thick-ass Cyberdemon. He's a stompy boy.
I'm not even looking.
Okay. Alright, I wasn't expecting this one.
Groovy!
What is it? Oh, I love Brutal Doom. Oh, I love Brutal Doom for that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Anyway, so we skip to Doom, basically.
Groovy!
That's a thick-ass Cyberdemon.
I am absolutely prepared to pay top dollar, sir.
Oh yeah, you heard something kind of neat. So apparently the one in Doom 2016, the Cyberdemon in Doom 2016, it was a Hell Lord that apparently the Doom guy killed long ago.
Yeah,
and
it was one of the same ones that he already fought.
Yeah, I remembered, and that's why he wanted to kill him. I thought that was neat.
Okay, now I'm just confused, because I was Googling Doom asses to try and find that meme, and I just found something. I don't even know what this is. It's something from Doom, a series called Doom Patrol.
Oh, I love that show.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Yes,
just
Doom Patrol
butt
is
monsters.
incredible.
Groovy!
It's
Which-
just
yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
ass monsters.
Yeah.
Patrol is
Doom
weird.
Patrol is, Doom Patrol is incredible.
Doom Patrol is very weird.
Put it this way. There is a scene where... Sorry, there's a whole episode where at one point the Doom Patrol has to call in the Sex Men, who are a parody of the Ghostbusters, who get rid of, specifically, pornographic poltergeists.
Oh,
Yeah,
It's incredible.
okay.
Oh yeah, this I'm sure.
this entire
Yeah,
series gets really
Pokemon is,
fucking weird.
So this thing I've just posted is apparently the icon of sin from Brutal Doom. Look at this
Groovy!
fucking thing.
At least it's better than just a fucking wall.
You mean a head on a wall?
No, it's
Apparently,
literally just
apparently
a
they
text-
actually messed up the texture for the icon of sin wall.
It's literally just a wall in Doom 2. Like, maybe it's, like, you can obviously see there's a head there, but it's still just a flat texture on a plane.
They actually fucked up the texture as well.
Oh.
Like the textures aren't aligned properly on like the left horn or something. So there's like a big gap. There's a lot of funny stuff like that in Doom if you notice.
Anyways, back to Evil Dead.
There's actually an Evil Dead mod for Doom. You should play it, Liam.
I was about to
Anyways,
say, I
back
bet
to
there
Evil
is.
Dead.
You're Evil Dead.
You're dead and evil.
Evil Dead and loving it.
Are we gonna talk about this fucking ending?
Then do it already, Bitch
Sure.
Boy.
Do we have to? The ending makes no fucking sense.
How do you feel?
Not groovy.
Yeah. The ending just, like... It would have been fine if there was more, but because there's not more, it makes the ending incredibly shit.
Hmm.
I don't know. I like the fact I like the cliffhanger ending.
Basically, Ash just wakes up in a fucking pod after getting dragged out of the tank by one of the knights.
Yeah, and he meets a robot.
Inside this pod, he's
They
in
fixed
like
his
this locked-in room, and someone comes in like, "Hey, it's you. You're awake. Great, come with me." And she's been like chopped in half or some shit. She's missing her body, and she takes him to a tricked-out Delta that's got a massive fucking machine
It's a
gun on it.
Yeah, the Syrians got their hand on it and turned it into technical.
Yeah, and that's just how it ends, is them gearing up for it to become Mad Max.
How do you feel, Hefe? Groovy. So yeah, that was Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Yeah,
How'd you guys feel about it?
I want more.
Sure was.
I'm gonna be fair, how
want
the fuck were they
more.
supposed to continue on from that? Like, it's a very hard ending to continue on from. And make it
They were
good.
going to.
Yeah, so
Yeah, then-
why did it get cancelled?
Let me open this up, sorry. Well, it's mostly because Bruce Campbell retired.
No,
He
he
just stopped.
retired after it was canceled. The intention was always there to make 5 seasons.
Yeah, I don't know why they cancelled this, to be honest.
There you go, I'm opening it up on the wiki, I'm gonna read this.
It was also apparently canceled very late into season 3. Like, by the time it was canceled, they were only just shipping out season 3 for air.
Okay, so
Oh,
here's the
shit.
reason. It was announced on April 20th, 2018, that Ash vs. Evil Dead had been canceled after a 3-season run, and the last episode airing on April 29th, 2018. Towards the end of the 3rd season, ratings had declined from the initial 500,000 to 175,000.
Yeah.
Oof.
You can see at the ratings that it did take a huge hit in season 3, but
Yeah.
to be honest, it never dipped under half of its retention. In
It's a
season
shame
3.
that it dipped so far in season 3 because that's one of the better seasons. Even if
Bruce
it was,
Campbell had
you know what
stated-
I think it was though. Honestly, it's probably just because of how uncomfortable a lot of it was to watch.
Okay, so I'm going to read the quote that Bruce Campbell gave. Ash vs. Evil Dead has been the ride of a lifetime. Ash Williams was the role of a lifetime. It was an honor to reunite with the Evil Dead partners, Rob Tapert and Sam Raimi, to give our tireless fans some taste of the outrageous horror comedy they demanded. I will always be grateful to Stars for the opportunity to visit the franchise that launched our careers. Following the news, and this is not the quote anymore. Following the news that the show's cancellation, fans of the series created a petition to renew Ash vs. Evil Dead for a 4th and 5th season. In response to the article published on the website Bloody Disgusting, an encounter with fans to campaign the show for the continuation on Netflix platform, Bruce Campbell tweeted, "Big props to the fans for the effort, but I'm retired as Ash. Hashtag time to fry some other fish."
But he's kind of gone back on that now a little bit, so...
Well, he doesn't want to play him in live action anymore, because he's just getting old and he wants to... Yeah.
Well, I read an article the other day that the people who played Kelly and Pablo think they can convince him to come back again, so...
I saw the same article, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. It's his wishes. I think, Yeah, it sucks that it's not going to be continued, but, it was his wishes not to continue playing Ash.
No, he must do it. Fear of execution.
Just get Kim Jong-un to like Ash vs. Evil Dead, and then we'll be able to force him into doing it.
Oh, God.
For every hour you do not release episode, I starve a peasant.
I mean, isn't Dennis
Only
Rodman
one?
big friends?
Kim Jong's losing his touch.
Okay, so anyway, that's the end of Ash vs. Evil Dead.
And that's the end of the entire series so far.
Yep, live action series especially. We may do the remake at some point, but I don't know.
I mean, if anything, I think we'll probably end up doing the comic.
True.
And also Bubba Hotep.
Tune into November for our Thanksgiving special of Bubba Hotep.
Gathered Pharaohs Season 2.
Oh my god. We really need to do Bubba Hotep.
You thought it would be Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, but instead it was Bubba Hotep. Christ. So any thoughts on, final thoughts on the actual whole series?
I love this show.
Right.
No, I just meant, Evil Dead in general. Because,
I just love this series. It's one of the best horror comedy series of all time.
I think it's the best example of something that was mismanaged into destruction. If he lost the rights for the first one, so we had to make it entirely new for the second. Then he lost the rights to the second for long enough for him not to be able to follow it up properly with 3. And then after 3, the entire thing just seems to be them fucking up over and over and over again and having to redo the story entirely because of it.
It's a fucking incredible story the whole way through, though. I love it. I love my time with this.
Yeah,
it's a great series.
The advantage that the fuck-ups have given it is that every single time it's like JoJo's, it can completely renew itself.
They don't have to deal with, the rigid continuity.
It can just renew itself every single time. Because
of the copyright stuff, the Evil Dead franchise, the Evil Dead universe is a very fluid timeline.
That's one way to put it.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's why they can reference a lot of shit that happens or didn't.
It's practically a gaseous timeline, if not vacuous.
It's a non-existent timeline. It's just a series of events that happen with no structure. But, yeah. So, that was Groovy Friends.
Indeed.
We're dead now.
Tune it. Yeah, Kandar killed us. Chip, end the episode with Kandar boring us.
At this point, we're probably going to be taking a bit of a break from podcasts. You'll still probably see Chip and Levi doing, what's it called?
Gathered crewmates or whatever.
Gather crew, yeah. But, from us, you'll probably not see anything until, as we mentioned after the last episode of Gathered Pharaohs, we'll be coming back sometime in 2021 with Attention Duelists, where we'll be covering Yu-Gi-Oh! GX and it will be fun.
Remember, April
I mean,
Fool's episode.
I won't because I couldn't give less of a shit. But you know, you guys do you.
We'll need you. We'll need you for the April Fool's episode.
You might do, yeah.
Until next time, everyone. Stay groovy.
Bye.
The spookiest part of all this is that we thought it would be okay to upload it. Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.